Hello, Iconoblast. Thanks for having me on. All you need is love.
Welcome to the Iconoblast podcast. This is the show that takes a look behind the public facades of famous icons to show you why you can never take anything at face value. My name is Cooper, and sitting across from me, as always, is Joel Benner. But we are also joined by the one and only...
What's her face?
Yeah.
What's her face?
One and
Wiseman.
only What's her face?
Yeah.
Wiseman. We're
That's
joined
what
by
I get
Jessie
a lot.
Wiseman.
Thank you. Woo! Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me back.
Thank you for coming back. I don't even want to come back and keep doing this show. I don't know how you.
Yeah, why'd you come back?
Because it was so fun.
Oh, good.
It was so fun.
I'm glad somebody
At least
enjoyed it.
someone had fun.
And I'm proud of us.
Iconoblast. We put the past on blast. Hit them with the truth, with things you never knew. Nobody is safe, no thing to place. Got Joel and Coop with history in your face. Iconoblast.
Right? Because last night we went out for dinner. We had a drink.
Holy shit, that food
Respectable.
was good.
Thank you. Laurel, right?
that
I
was-
was telling Joel that everyone gets tired of my bullshit being like, let's go to Laurel. They're like, we always fucking go. And I'm like,
That was some of the best food I've
two
had since
people that haven't gone, so let's fucking, I can
Oh, I'd go and eat there every night.
Right?
Yeah.
The corn was good.
Yeah.
Who says
corn.
that? Whoever would say that?
I know.
Corn's fucking
the
terrible.
corn out of my
Wait,
face.
Music
No
or,
one likes
or the
corn.
vegetable?
Both.
Yeah.
The band
corn's
sucks.
fucking terrible.
The food sucks, but not
Yes.
not there. Corn's
And
good.
we went there, respectable dinner, right? Couple drinks. Get in the car, we're going back. We all have a little bit of the itch
Almost
of our
went,
dirtbag days of like,
Yeah.
all right, we're all scanning the sides of the road to see is
I called
there
out every salon.
Yeah.
Thinking it was a saloon.
thinking it was a saloon. There's a salon. No, Joel,
No,
that's
Joel.
where they're cutting your hair and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a dive bar? I'm like, no, it's CBS. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're not partying. I know it's all lit up. and
Will that
everything.
homeless person share that bottle?
Yeah,
No, we're
exactly.
driving
Can we
home,
want to
Joel.
party with him? I'm like, Joel. But we all were like kind of scanning, right? Looking, dive bar. Are we going to? We have a little bit of time before we get home.
It was still
right?
early.
So it's like,
could have stopped.
okay. How are we feeling? Are we really reformed?
All right, who's
we-
going to be the first one
Yes.
to recommend stopping and getting a bottle somewhere?
Yes. And
No one
it
did.
was Joel 5 times. Yeah, you did 5 times.
No, I never said it.
I mean, you were like,
I was itching severely, but I maintained.
It's like, oh, hey,
we all-
guys,
wait,
yeah,
let's-
yeah.
we should
Is
totally
that
get
a
a bottle,
bar?
right? I'm just joking.
yes, he was doing that joke thing of like,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
if
let's-
anyone,
You know.
I mean, if anyone said it,
Can
I
we
would
stop
say
and get some water?
yes.
I need to get a water
Yeah.
at that liquor store.
Exactly. I'm like, well, we could go to the CVS. No,
No,
they have the special water that I like at this liquor store down the street. So.
yeah, the
Yeah.
good water is always at the liquor store.
Always
Yeah, it's
at
that
the liquor-
water with alcohol in it.
But anyways, we went home. We all went to bed, went to sleep.
No hangovers.
No hangover. Woke up like, man, we really are reformed.
Yeah.
Is that sad or not? I don't know.
It's a
But,
little
like,
of both.
Right?
Well, I don't know. It
It's
depends
good,
on
though.
it depends on what your goals are.
Exactly.
If your goals are to
Mine are to get
waste most
fucked
of your
up.
life,
Okay.
but have fun doing it,
Sure.
then it was a failure. But if your goals are to continue living life as a functioning adult,
Sure. Keeping jobs, no DUIs. Yeah.
yeah, then it was a success. I mean, it's
Yeah.
boring, but it's a success.
Sure. I was
No,
telling him
it was a good night. We still had a good time.
Oh,
We
no,
just-
it was,
oh, totally.
fucking
It was
awesome.
awesome. We just stopped it earlier than we've ever stopped it before.
ever.
At a responsible hour. Actually, yeah.
Yes.
I
right?
think that's the first time we've hung out
and haven't
and
like
didn't go hard.
and get blackout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
That's like
holy
the
That used to
first
be
time,
the
yeah.
case back in the day.
It was every
You know?
single time we hung out, we would
It
be
was
blackout.
normal. Yeah, you had to.
You had
You-
to.
But you never called it that.
Yeah. I
No,
mean,
no. It
Because
was
you couldn't
just,
say it. If you said it, you wouldn't do it.
we would actually always say in the beginning of the night, just a
one
chill,
drink, yeah.
chill night. Let's just chill night. You know?
Just go to
And
Billy's.
That was.
You can smoke cigarettes in there.
Yeah. Just go to Billy's. I don't know. It's like a bunch of people are there. It's
well, if
fine.
you start the night off saying, let's get blackout, that means like, okay, we've
we're
got a
fucked
problem.
up.
Right.
But
right.
if you just start off like, oh, let's go have a few drinks, right?
Yeah, it's code, right? It's
Yeah.
dirtbag code for like
But
tonight's
we didn't
not
know.
going to be.
We
a
didn't
chill
know it
night.
was code at the time.
No.
We were all in denial about what was really going on.
Oh yes, I think we actually thought.
I thought
every
it was
single
totally fucking
time
normal. Yeah.
that we would be able to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, we're shooting tomorrow. Like, let's just keep it chill. Cut to like some weird
Shit-faced.
dance
See,
party.
I told you we wouldn't fucking drink that
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Let's go.
Some dance party bottles. We're all just drinking right out of a brown liquor bottle. And I think that's key to say because brown liquor is the dirtbag drink, right?
That's the drink of alcoholics.
Yeah. Well, now we were just talking about this.
Actually,
so you start out that way, and then you
switch to
slowly
water.
move to straight up vodka out of a styrofoam cup all day long, right? That looks like a
So I'm not there
soda,
yet.
right? You're not there. That's clear.
Yeah.
You told everyone. You're not trying to hide it.
Well, vodka is what you drink when you're a mature alcoholic and you're trying to hide it from the rest of your family.
Yeah, and you
Well,
think that
Tito's
no one
just
can
gives you
smell
less
it.
of a
Have you ever
hangover.
heard that?
Oh,
Alcoholics are like, oh, you can't smell it. It's like
Vodka?
100% you can. Yeah.
Oh, you can smell it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can smell somebody can drink a beer next to me and I can smell it on their breath.
Absolutely.
You can't hide the
That
booze.
drink, when he said it looks like water, hold it up to the camera. That looks like water. When he said it was vodka and White Claw, I was like, let me try. There's no way. Let me try. He's pranking me.
It's just water.
And as it was like coming to my face, I could smell all the things. Right?
Yeah,
it is definitely not water.
It's just strawberry flavored water.
Strawberry flavored
vodka.
alcoholic water. Yeah, no, I get it.
I mean, the water has been distilled with some potatoes or something like that, but it's water.
Sure, but it's still water.
At some point, it was just water.
Absolutely.
It's probably primarily water.
It's liquid.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
It hydrates.
yeah. You're just staying hydrated.
It's full of nutrients.
Now we're getting into some
Some hardcore science.
scientific.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
drink water, so
I want to do
it
a
must
science.
hydrate me enough.
I don't know how you fucking do that. I never see Joel drink water.
Do you not drink water?
No, I don't.
No, he doesn't. I don't know where he gets.
Ever?
Like, I'll go months without ever drinking it.
No. That
I
can't
swear.
be right.
I hand to God.
So you're
Like, after
you're
like
only
2 months,
getting-
I'll be like, wait, for some reason, I feel like drinking a cup of water out of the sink, and then I will, and that's it.
out of the sink. You're
He's
a
like a
fucking
camel.
terrorist.
Oh God, yeah.
I know.
What color is your pee? I mean, TMI, but
I don't pee.
yeah, no, exactly right.
Every 2 months
It's
after
brown.
he drinks a cup of water out of
Yeah.
the sink, it comes out brown.
It's got to
Yeah.
be brown.
Probably looks like
Both,
coffee.
it comes out the same in both holes.
Oh my god, you don't know? You're like, maybe I pooped, maybe I peed. I don't know.
You could never tell.
You can't tell.
Same consistency,
How
same color.
fun, how
Honestly, who cares? Just flush it away and it's gone.
Fun, yeah. Okay. Concerned, but
Yeah, I'm fine.
I don't have time to get into that right now.
It's
Do you know
been,
what I mean?
Yeah. I've been trying to drink water lately. It makes me sick.
Hasn't been, but trying.
It makes you sick. Maybe you have rabies. So I saw this thing.
Oh, that's right.
It's like a show called Something's Killing Me. And it was two different, it's one of those like medical mystery shows, right? So there was two different kids that got bit by a bat. Now, when you hear these stories of the parents telling this story of like, oh, we found a bat in the forest and put it in a bucket and brought it back to the house. And I was like, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You're an idiot, right? I can't even look at a fucking bat, let alone like pick it up by the wings and put it in the thing. And then their kid, put his hand in there and got bit. But a bat's bite doesn't look that big. It literally looks like tiny, like a little needle prick. And so parents are like, oh, okay, whatever. So what rabies does is it moves up to your brain about a 1/4 inch every day. And so
Really?
when you first get bit, it's like, oh, I'm fine. And then you're fine. You start to get sick, depending on where the bite is, right? Start to get sick. You're starting to feel flu, blah, blah, blah. Once it's in your brain, you literally cannot be saved. Like, you go into the doctor.
It's too late.
Too late. And if you had gone to the doctor right when you got the bite and gotten the vaccine, you would be saved. But you don't know that you even have it for that many days, right? And by the time it gets there, dead. So you bring people into the hospital. The doctors are telling the family, like, that's it. Like, literally in medical science, like, if you waited this long, that's it. And it's going to be foaming at the mouth, convulsions,
kills you?
and dead.
Oh yeah, it kills you in a horrible
You
way.
can't
I
drink
didn't know that
water.
you couldn't get away.
That's what made me think of it. So you can't drink water. Like, these people will try and drink, and your throat will, like, because basically the virus has taken over your body, the virus doesn't want you to flush it out. And so you puke up water.
Maybe
That's-
I've had
Pee is
rabies since
brown.
I was a kid.
You've
Maybe
had
you
it
just
for
have, like, a
long
very-
But
time.
I somehow survived.
Just a touch of rabies.
If anyone's going to survive,
Maybe
right?
I'm the one
Yeah,
that has the cure
honestly.
for rabies. It's in my
Ooh,
blood.
maybe your rabies antibody.
Okay,
Patient
so
zero.
we need to start extracting your blood, and we can just go around and inject it in everybody, whether they want it or not. We're
Sure,
gonna see
no,
what
and I
happens.
like that.
Yeah.
What if we inject it into someone and they get rabies?
I mean, I think we're guessing that that's not going to be the case, right?
But
Yeah,
because if
feel
I have
safe
rabies,
making
if
that
I
assumption.
No, you have the antibodies, clearly. Do you know what I mean? Because you have beat it. Therefore, you have the antibodies. So if we took your blood and gave it to everybody, they'd be cyborg.
they would have
like
the
you too.
antibodies.
Yep.
I would like to see a scientist poke holes in that theory.
Yeah.
No way.
Bring them in.
Yeah.
Guys, I have... No, I'm just joking.
Bunch of guys in masks
I don't know
and
why
like
we're
full
talking-
body suits
Yeah,
just
yeah.
come in and take me away.
Hazmat style?
Yeah.
One of the things that really surprises me about rabies is that somebody who knows more about it could explain it better, but the hydrophobia that you get where
Yes.
you actually cannot physically drink water. It's not just like you have difficulty swallowing. It's like your body will fight.
Tell you not to, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And I
And-
guess the explanation for it in this, talking to these doctors, was that, like I said, the virus has basically taken over your brain at that point, and they don't want, the virus, if you will, doesn't want water in your body because it will flush it out.
I've also heard that
Cool.
it helps build up more saliva, like it's building up.
I'm
in your-
always
in
drooling,
your
too.
Mouth. So, well, yeah, I think that has.
So I think
something
we've
completely
figured out
different,
what's
but
wrong with you. It's rabies.
One of the things.
That's cool.
One of the things. It's going to take years to figure out the rest.
Would you say hydrophobia?
Hydrophobia.
Yeah, of course you knew that.
Hydrophobia.
Uh,
Fucking
it's
smart. It's crazy.
Just
When I heard it, I was
Smart's
like,
the wrong word. He just knows a lot.
a font of
Yeah.
useless information. Yep, I love
Yep.
it.
You'll learn that over time.
Yeah, thankfully I've found a setting where useless information is actually useful.
Yes, and like
Ask
lauded,
Coop what his
and like
favorite movie
you
is.
know. What?
Ask him. Ask him what his favorite
Oh,
movie
I was
is.
supposed to ask you because he asked me what my favorite movie was. I'm supposed to ask you what your favorite movie is.
This is how you'll
then,
know how smart he is.
then I'll know that you're.
My favorite movie is the greatest movie ever made,
Oh, I know it.
which is Starship Troopers.
He's not
okay.
joking.
He's right. He's right.
It is social commentary. It's a satire, and people need to accept it as such. It's a satire that has some
Okay.
kick-ass action scenes.
Is
in it.
this the South Park guys one? No, sorry.
No.
Which one is this?
Starship Troopers
by
was Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah, Paul
He made
Verhoeven.
RoboCop.
It was written by.
It's the shittiest movie he made because he made Total Recall, RoboCop.
Who's in
How
it?
fucking dare you?
Like, who's in it?
Casper Van Dien,
And
the
who's-
greatest actor of our generation.
And so, like, who's in it?
Denise Richards, the greatest actress of our generation.
And Doogie
Okay.
Howser.
And Doogie Howser?
Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris.
And-
He's
and-
probably the
and
weakest
Radchick,
actor in the whole thing.
Michael
Michael
Ironsides.
Ironside's in it also.
Okay.
I mean, they really can't hold a candle to Casper Van Dien. Everybody
Right.
is outclassed by Casper Van Dien.
What else was Casper Van Dien in?
Nothing.
Starship Troopers.
Oh, okay, good.
He did a sequel to
Part
Starship
1,
Troopers.
2, yeah. All right,
You know what?
Coop.
He knew when he had struck gold,
Oh, sure.
and he just stuck with it.
You don't walk away.
Didn't do
No.
anything else.
No,
It
he
wasn't
didn't.
because of his acting.
It's like Ellen Pompeo in Grey's Anatomy. Like, you do not fucking leave.
No,
Because you're not getting anything else, right?
nothing better. It's
Nothing
not that you're
better.
not getting
No,
anything
you're
else.
right.
You're not getting anything better.
No, you're right. You're right, Coop.
I'm really glad that you guys planned my fantasies to make me feel better. I feel right at home here. Everybody's just lying to me to make sure that I'm happy so I don't have a fucking breakdown.
No, I like that, though. I thought it was going to be something like, I was going to be like, oh, is it? I mean, you really justify it, and I believe you. Do you know what I mean?
No,
it's
anybody
his
that,
favorite movie.
Yeah, anybody that asks me what my favorite movie is, I'm like, hey, I understand that it's not a like objectively, it's not a well-made film or anything, but my favorite movie is Starship Troopers. I've seen it
Yeah, and
probably
then
over
you
100
100
times at
times.
this point.
Yeah, and then you get into the, conversation
If
of
Coop and
what
I-
is it that makes a good movie, right? So it obviously
we've been down
makes
that road
you
plenty of
feel,
times.
I mean, in a very basic way, like it makes you feel a certain way. You can watch it 100 times. It like does something.
It's one of
to
my
you.
favorite movies too,
You know, I actually heard recently that,
but it ain't my favorite.
Oh, okay, one of.
It's on the list.
you lied to me this whole time.
It's become one of my favorites because whenever Coop and I are in a fight, and he's mad at me, I just put that on. I just sit on the couch and I wait, and eventually he'll come and sit by me because he can't resist.
See, I can be sitting in the other room just angry as fuck.
Do you guys get? I think I asked you this, but we weren't on air. But do you guys get angry at each other?
Yeah.
You and kind of fight a little
I
bit?
mean, we get in arguments
Sometimes.
and stuff like that. It's honestly a lot less than
Maybe like
even
4
I would
times
expect.
Right.
ever, 4 or 5 times.
4 or 5 times ever.
Yeah.
I love the first one. What is the first one? When you guys were first friends, he said something. I don't like when you.
Oh, because he kept punching me in the arm all the time.
I used to punch him all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just like
bro.
oh, what's up, dude? Yeah.
I'm
What's
a
up, bro?
delicate flower.
Yeah.
A tiny little tap on the shoulder is enough to leave bruises for weeks.
Really? Okay.
So, yeah.
But I learned a lot from that because I realized I did that to women too, and I was like, oh, I'm getting old. I should probably stop.
I don't
He
mind
didn't stop,
it.
but he realized that he probably should.
Sure. And you
he's
guys
not
were
a pussy.
sitting on the couch or something playing video games, and didn't Coop just go?
Yeah, he just
hey
said, I
man,
don't like that when you do that.
and you were like, oh fuck.
Was it? What's crazy is this actually,
Are
that
these my
whole,
headphones here?
yeah. Yeah, so before the episode started, Joel was asking like, oh, hey, you want me to keep an eye on the soundboard and I'll monitor their levels and everything like that? I'm the only one wearing cans here, and he's the one that's supposed to be keeping an eye on that. It
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
fine. I would have said something if it
I've
was.
been watching the levels.
And now I see how you guys can fight.
These aren't plugged in.
They aren't plugged in? You can't hear?
I can't hear anything.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
Lord.
on channel 2.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. I got it.
Yep.
Can you
Ooh,
hear?
yeah, this is nice.
Ooh.
Right? I
This
like
is
it.
how this works.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah, mostly I just like having the headphones on because I like the sound of my own voice.
Yeah,
Everybody
that's why
loves
your
the
levels
sound of
are
your
always higher
voice.
than everybody
Cool.
else's.
Crooning into my own ear.
It's crazy. It almost sounds like you're doing it on purpose, but you're not.
No, I just talk
That's
like
how
this.
it just naturally comes out.
Yeah,
Yep.
I hate the
Since
sound
he
of
was-
my own voice,
since he was
honestly.
born.
It drives me insane. I sounded like this since an infant. Crying as a
Can
child.
you
like,
imagine?
wah,
That's
Wah.
awesome. That's awesome.
creeped my mom out a lot. I didn't get a whole lot of hugs growing up.
Well, yeah, I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be here with you guys. Thank you in advance for helping me move some stuff tomorrow. Cool.
Absolutely.
No problem.
Yep. But I am into true crime a little bit. I'm into, that kind of shit, whatever. I'm
Just
like
a
a
little
normal.
bit.
Just a little bit. I'm a normal white basic old lady, right?
Housewife.
But one of my favorite murders is John Lennon. And it's not even like a mystery. There's no like finding it. It's just that's my favorite one that happens.
Because he fucking had it coming. Jesus
Because-
Christ, he fucking had it coming.
And we will find out, but like the motives were not what I wanted them to be, but he'll tell us about that.
Yeah, well, we will be, actually, let me double check my notes. We should be touching on the statement that he made, because I believe that John Lennon contributed to his own death.
Absolutely.
In a big way. It doesn't make him, it doesn't justify what Mark David Chapman did,
No.
but I'll give him a pass because,
Yeah, but I also
Fuck John
get
Lennon.
it. Like, I also get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mark David Chapman was he was a goddamn lunatic.
Absolutely.
He used to imagine that he had a whole kingdom of little people that he was the sovereign of. And it even got to the point where he would debate with him to decide what he needed to do.
Okay. So that's crazy.
Yeah. He was a full-blown cuckoo.
Okay. I'll
To put
stop
it
doing it
scientifically.
then. Yeah. I'll stop doing that then.
Well, no, it's only if you follow through with it. You can still
can
oversee your kingdom of imaginary little people.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just whatever they say to you, take it with a grain of salt. Don't
Yeah.
go shooting a celebrity just because they're telling you.
Just
that it's okay
because
to
they
do it.
told you.
Yeah.
Just because Willow Offgood is like,
Dude, I love Willow, by the way. I'm glad you keep bringing him up.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's awesome to know that you had a crush on him.
had a crush. And then as you get older, then you move on to Mad Mardigan, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, until
I still
he-
have a crush on him.
Mad Mardigan, yes. Val Kilmer, he kind
I
of
still
fell
have a
off in
crush
later
on
years.
him. He's-
Have you
he's
seen him
skinny
recently?
again.
Is he? Oh,
Well-
probably because of the cancer.
Probably because of the cancer.
Doesn't matter why.
That'll do
Yeah.
it to you.
Yeah. I liked him right before the cancer when he was really fat.
Me
Really?
too. Like in,
Yeah, I
in-
love,
in-
like,
what's
a
the movie he
fat
did
old dude.
with Nicolas Cage? The detective one?
The detective one? While he was fat?
Yeah, he was
Wait, with Nicolas Cage?
he was Nicolas Cage's partner, and it was like a Scorsese film or something.
What?
Maybe it wasn't Scorsese. Who was it?
Are you sure you're thinking of Nicolas Cage?
Yes, it's awesome. It's
Okay,
a
because
fucking awesome movie.
my favorite Val Kilmer role is as, what is it, Gay
Bad
Perry?
Lieutenant.
Bad
there it is.
Lieutenant.
Oh, wait,
Sorry.
Bad Lieutenant.
Who directed that?
Really?
Oh,
There
Werner
it is, Werner
Herzog.
Herzog.
Oh.
Another old crazy man.
I'm sure he
He-
played a part in it too. Wasn't he like a detective? He always does.
Probably.
Yeah, he kind of shoehorns
He
himself
inserts
into
himself.
things.
It's a
Yeah.
good movie. If you guys haven't seen
I'm
it,
sure
you
it
should watch
is.
No, I haven't seen it.
There's a whole weird thing where it keeps cutting to these iguanas, that are like not a part of the scene. There's like a crash on the freeway, and for no reason it cuts to like 2 iguanas next to the crash site on the side of the road, and they're just watching. And then later it happens again, like in a house. It just cuts. There's like a fight scene going on. It just cuts to iguanas like.
What a
watching.
weird like story frame or whatever.
Yeah.
the
I
fuck
have no
you
idea
call
what
it.
it means. But
Well, the fact that it doesn't seem to mean anything is a little different than what I'm about to mention. But there's a movie that a friend of mine, or a friend of ours, Ben, the Coat Wolf Giant,
yes,
he has been, I can't remember the name of the fucking film. He's been recommending it to me for years now. But throughout the course of the film, it'll just randomly keep cutting to this truck driving through the city or through different areas. And you
Okay.
don't understand why it's continually cutting back to this truck. And then at like the very end of the movie, the truck just fucking kills one of the main characters, or it's something like that. I always thought that was.
I like that
that's
shit.
good.
That was
I
pretty
like
smart.
that
The
shit.
whole time you don't quite understand it.
Yeah,
And then at the
yeah,
end, it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, okay, now it makes sense.
Shit. I like
Fuck,
that.
I can't remember the name of that movie. I know that if or when Ben hears this episode, he's going to be screaming it the whole time that I'm talking about it.
because
And still haven't seen it, right?
Still haven't seen it.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yes. And you probably like described it wrong, and he's like, he doesn't even know.
Oh, absolutely. I don't even know if it
Yeah.
killed one of the main characters.
Right,
I know that
right.
the
it does
truck,
something.
The truck,
It does
it does
something.
something
It
later
affects
in
the
the
Sure.
movie.
story.
It
yeah.
just drives into the credits. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It
How
drives
brilliant.
the story
Yeah.
in some way.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh.
I have to go check this because it's just driving me crazy. I can't see if the
Yeah, you're not
camera's
here.
recording.
Do you know what I mean? You're not in it.
Yeah, Joel, you're not a podcast host or anything. You're still just being a director of photography.
It's recording, right?
It wasn't recording the whole time. No, it
Shut
Oh,
up.
shit.
God.
Oldest trick in the book.
I've been there. Been there.
So you guys think we should start talking about John Lennon again yet?
Nah,
or
I think we're good. You know,
Yeah,
we're
I
almost
mean-
up to an
Yeah.
hour
I think we're
here.
probably,
We
yeah,
might as
part
well.
2 is done, right?
Yeah.
I think.
No, I think this is good.
I think people just wanted to hear us bullshit for a little bit longer. You
Yeah,
know
the
what I
last
mean?
one we
Yeah.
didn't
So we
bullshit
just
enough.
did like a kind of second episode of more bullshitting, which is what everyone wanted because we
Yeah.
didn't actually get to.
No, I mean, we got
Much.
through a decent amount. We got to the end of the Beatles' first tour on the last
So would
episode.
you
Okay,
sleep
perfect.
with Willow?
Well, hang on. I want to talk
Would
about
have.
Casper Van Dien some more because I just remembered that
Oh,
he was
please,
actually in a
Coop.
Tarzan
Of course you
movie.
do. The Tarzan movie?
He
did
was
do a-
Tarzan?
He did a Tarzan movie.
Okay, now I need to
think.
look this motherfucker
What a
up.
pussy, dude.
Yeah, you might want to fact check that so Joel can edit that part out because I do not like being wrong.
Oh, no, he's not going to.
I mean, I'm
Coop just
Casper.
imagined him as Tarzan.
Oh. Oh. Yes, of course. I think a Melrose Place was possibly in his past. Is that right
Was
or
it?
no? He kind of looks like that.
Oh, he
There it
definitely.
is.
Where?
Tarzan.
Tarzan,
Oh, okay, so-
you're absolutely right.
Did you masturbate to Tarzan? Don't
You're
lie. 3, 2, 1,
absolutely
go.
right.
Have I in the
Okay, I
past
don't
or would
believe
I?
you.
He was in a cowboy movie called Roped. Love it.
Ooh.
Hello.
Looks like a love story.
Yeah.
With a title
Okay.
like that, it has to be.
Okay. No, I know exactly who you're talking
He's
about.
a B-movie queen.
Yes, and I remember him from The Dog Who Saved Christmas Vacation.
that-
and that is where he really shined. I think he was
I-
a dad in that.
I can't believe that I forgot that. That's
I know.
probably his greatest role. Well, it's second greatest role because
I know, besides Baby's First Christmas, I know. Yeah.
What is that mask? Mask of the Ninja?
And Johnny Rico and from Starship Troopers is his third greatest role.
Johnny Rico. Okay.
Yeah. Everybody knows Johnny Rico
Sorry.
from Starship Troopers.
I'm sorry.
The book and the movie for Starship Troopers are so vastly different. It is fucking ridiculous.
Wait, so would
The
you
book?
would you sleep with Willow or not?
Yes, I would have.
Not now.
No.
What if you are
That's a
now,
little-
but Willow
that's
was
a
I
little
know.
biased.
What if
I know
Willow
it's
was still
horrible.
young and in the Willow?
No, it's not
outfit?
young. It was at the
the height?
time I was the same height as him.
So
Do you know what I
how
mean? And
old
we
were
were
you
this-
at that point?
When Willow came out, let's see.
25?
No, shut up, bitch. I'm old, but I ain't that old.
I was trying
Okay.
to make a height joke, but it turned into an age joke.
Okay, so 1998. I'm not going to say my exact, but I was definitely very young, under 6.
Wait, Willow, 98 or 88?
88, 1988.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 1998.
You were like-
because
Oh,
I was
no.
gonna say,
You weren't
like,
born yet.
That was
In 98? No, I know.
Yeah.
No,
that was after
1988.
Starship Troopers came out. 1997. Greatest year for movies, by the way. 1997, you had Event Horizon, you had Starship Troopers.
Event Horizon was
had,
good.
13th Warrior, which
Can we talk about John
13th
Lennon?
Warrior was
I mean,
yeah,
this
actually,
is.
we really should. We've been going for quite a while now.
God.
Last episode, we
But yeah,
Way
98,
off topic.
1988. So I'm good. It all makes sense.
I was 4
That
years
I was
old.
a certain age that was like, oh, okay,
I'm just so happy someone had a crush on Willow.
absolutely.
Oh, I'm sure lots of people
Kaya.
And then
Yeah.
did you see the what?
His wife. His wife's name was Kaya.
Yeah.
We have a
Kaya.
friend. We have a
We
friend named
always
Kaya.
call her. Yeah, we yell at her in Willow's voice. Kaya.
At this point, it's probably considered verbal abuse.
It is verbal abuse.
Yeah.
It was when we
Willow
started.
Wolf,
But
good.
she can take it. She's a tough girl.
Yeah. Burgle cut.
Oh,
trying to steal his fucking seeds all the time,
Burgle
dude.
Cut, Oh my
Wait,
god.
That was that one of the brownies?
No, Burgle cut
No.
was the asshole fucking neighbor that's always trying to take over his land and take all his food, and
It had
take
a
his wife,
fucking
and take his
bozo
kids.
ring. He had
Burgle
like
Cut, that
bald
son
and
of
then
a
the long
bitch.
Yeah,
hair.
he's a fucking cocksucker, dude. We should do an episode on Burgle cut and whoop his
Burgle Cut.
ass.
I've been saying it for years. Never trust anybody under 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
You just
I
can't.
mean, that's obvious.
Yeah.
if they're not willing to look you in the eye, well, I mean, they kind of can't. But if they can't look you in the eye, don't trust them.
Yeah.
That's why I don't trust kids.
Just walk on by.
I don't trust really, really tall people either.
Right.
If they can't just look me directly in the eye, fuck them. They should be my height. So you guys want to talk about John Lennon?
Sure, let's do it. Let's do it.
So when we last left off, it was the very tail end of their first tour over in Germany.
Was this the condom burning?
They nailed a
it.
condom to a wall and set it on fire because they didn't have any other way to get light in the back room of the club that they were originally playing at, which was called the Kaiser Keller.
Gotta love him for that.
I know
Sure, there
that.
couldn't possibly be any other way, huh?
No,
Had
not
to
at
be
all.
a condom on the wall.
Well, what are they going to sell some of their or set some of their equipment on fire?
Yeah.
No,
Who lit
they've
the
got
condom?
plenty of condoms. It was either Pete Best or Paul McCartney. That
Okay.
did it. The two of them were the only ones that were there.
So the one cool thing they did do, Lennon had no part of it.
Absolutely.
Any of the cool stuff they
Yes,
did, I don't think
yes.
that Lennon had any part of it. He was always so caught up with himself that he didn't really care what was going on around him if it didn't have anything to do with him.
Absolutely.
That's the reason that Pete Best
was
got
his
kicked out of the
condom.
band.
Absolutely.
It was his condom.
Like he used condoms.
Well, it wasn't.
Exactly,
It wasn't a used
please.
condom.
Well, that's why it was his condom because everybody else
Oh,
used
'cause
all
it
of
was-
theirs.
it fresh
And
in the
then-
package,
And then
yeah,
John Lennon's
yeah.
stockpile. It's like, well, he's never going to use these. We'll just go ahead and set one of these
Yeah.
on fire. So they got just to recap for anybody that might have missed the last episode. They broke their contract with the Kaiser Keller Club over in Germany to go and start working for a club that was across the street. When they went back to the Kaiser Keller to get their equipment, the owner had cut the electricity because he was pissed off about them breaking their contract.
Got it.
So they nailed a condom to the wall
Okay.
and set it on fire to give them enough light to pack up their equipment. I mean, how much light can that actually put off?
None.
I have
None.
a feeling that they
it
were
was
just,
a fuck you.
Yeah.
They aren't like, you don't light the condom on fire and it's just the whole room illuminates. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean? It's
wow,
like
I can see
literally
everything
just
now.
an ember on the wall.
Yeah.
But,
We should do a test.
oh,
That's what we're burning for this episode.
oh,
We'll nail a
gross.
condom
Joel.
and we'll burn it.
Gross. Yeah.
That's genius.
That's
We have to,
genius.
right?
It's going to smell so good.
Yeah. Well, hopefully
Well, we're
we
coming
do
to
it
help you
outside.
move tomorrow, so we can do it at
we
your
could do
place.
it there. Yeah, well, I don't have
Ooh,
anything
yeah.
there, so that would be perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect,
We'll
okay.
nail it to the wall in your house that's partially
Great.
demolished at this
Oh,
point.
great.
Perfect.
I would love for the contractor to find that and be like, and
Leave it there.
so, yeah.
So the first time I came here, there was just water damage. I'm
Yeah.
kind of wondering where the
And
fire
now-
damage came from. Did I just overlook that?
Ross gets home. Honey, there's a burned condom melted to the wall. What happened while I was gone?
And, right? That's what I said. And? No, just joking.
When their first tour ended with, I love doing a show with you guys. It's so much fucking
Isn't
fun.
it fun, you
yeah,
guys?
it's so much fucking
I
fun.
do it all the time.
I know.
Okay.
And
Tell me so, and I just like
Tell me
walk
something I
away,
don't
right?
know.
Yeah. And he doesn't say honey either.
what would he say?
Probably babe.
Babe is the
We're
one?
like of the babe generation. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
We're of like we're the
Baby, babe,
yeah. Honey
Gen
is
X.
Jables.
honey is either like you're either a boomer
Yeah.
or maybe you're a grown zennial. Is that what they call them?
Maybe, yeah.
Zoomer.
I say honey as a joke. Like if you were like making fun of yourselves,
Yeah.
like as an old couple. Like, okay, honey, let's
okay,
go to the
honey,
store together.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds condescending.
Yes.
If somebody called me
Yes.
honey, if they're calling me
Yeah,
honey
hun,
and they're
honey.
below a certain age, it's like, oh, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Who do you
Yeah.
think you're
Well,
talking
come on,
about?
honey. Let's get back to Lennon here.
See, that's what I'm saying.
See,
It's
it doesn't
condescending,
sound
right?
good, right? Doesn't hit good. Okay, go ahead.
You're so goddamn funny. So they ended their tour in Germany by setting a condom on fire on the wall. In January of 1962, the Beatles signed a contract with the legendary Brian Epstein. No relation to Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay, good. Because we're about to go through another.
I know,
Go ahead.
Another tangent.
Yeah,
He's
but that's-
connected to him
it's
too?
fun.
Of course.
It's always so fun, though. I'm sure that people are still enjoying it.
Oh, they love it.
Epstein was so integral to the success of the Beatles, he is often credited as being the fifth Beatle. It was Epstein's idea to have the group cut their hair like Mary Lou Retton and dress like used car salesmen. It was Pete Best that did it first. He
Right.
he had that recommendation made by a
Yeah, I
girlfriend
like
of
that
his.
story better.
Yes. Where they
oh, yeah,
kicked him out and then
Stole his
they all
haircut.
stole his fucking
Yeah,
vibe.
well, I was jumping a little bit ahead in the storyline with Pete
Okay.
Best getting kicked out because he's still in the band at this point.
Got it.
And he was the first one to get the shitty haircut, and he was wearing Ray-Ban sunglasses and tight pants, and ended up getting kicked out for it because he was outshining the
Sure.
real leads of the band, which was Paul McCartney and John Lennon.
Oh, that's right. And then we went into our drummer talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, I mean, nobody. Well, okay, so yeah,
We
the
found
drummer,
out that Jessie banged a lot of drummers in her past.
nothing
Look.
wrong with that. Hey,
And I explained it, I think, very well.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I think you guys understood completely by
No,
actually.
Actually, yeah, you made great points.
Actually, you made some really
I want to
smart
fuck a
points.
drummer now.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Like you didn't before.
Well, I did, but now I really do. Will you learn to play drums?
You guys, I can't wait.
I already have to fight off enough of your advances.
Can you imagine? Coop's just living in hell, like being. Okay, go ahead.
Good, wake up. Hold these drumsticks.
Oh no, I don't have to imagine. I'm living in hell.
Stop. Stop.
I'm not that bad.
In June of 1962, the Beatles entered Studio 2 at Abbey Road Studios, recording what is known as a commercial test. This is a recorded evaluation of a signed artist. During the rocky recording process, Lennon and McCartney, not McCarthy, the guy that was persecuting all the communists, son of a
Okay.
bitch.
Sure.
Lennon and McCartney became at odds and with drummer Pete Best, eventually forcing him out of the group. And this kind of gives you a good idea of John Lennon and Paul McCartney's personalities, where they were jealous that Pete Best was getting a lot of attention from all the girls in the audience. So they wanted him out of the band and started picking fights with him. Instead of actually talking to Pete Best themselves, they're like, Brian, dude, you got to kick this guy out. He's a piece of shit. So they made Brian Epstein kick him out of the band.
What a fucking losers.
Didn't do them
dude.
themselves. Just,
Pussies.
yeah.
They're just pussies. Like,
Oh, yeah. All of them. I think the only one out of all of them that isn't is Ringo Starr, because he spent his entire career being made fun of.
and is still just like,
Yeah, still going. And
fuck you guys.
honestly, he's going to outlive all of them. I think McCartney's going to die before Ringo does.
oh, for sure. I actually think it's going to be Keith Richards, Cockroaches, and Ringo Starr at the end of the world, because they're just never going to go.
And Betty White.
And Betty White,
Betty
absolutely.
White's probably going to, she'll be around once
Yes.
once the last black hole in the universe evaporates from Hawking radiation.
Yeah, she'll be making weirdly sexual jokes as like an old lady, and you're like, all right, well,
I don't
maybe
have
at
any young men to
120
fuck anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I'd
she's
like
great.
to see that hot dog, right? You're like, Betty,
Good old Betty.
cute at a certain age, maybe 120 will ease up on the dick jokes. No? Okay.
Yeah, no,
She's still hot.
I think
Still
that's what's
hot.
keeping her going.
It's full circle, right?
She's young at heart. Well, not she's young at vag, not young at heart. She's young at vag. She's still just lusting after those young men.
Did you make
Young at
Did you make
vag?
that up? Young
I
at
think so.
vag?
Young at vag.
I like it.
She's still horny, is what you mean.
Oh God, yeah.
Okay.
You hear the way that she talks?
Okay.
Yeah, she for sure is.
A sexual renaissance.
2 days after Best was fired, Richard Starkey, a.k.a. Ringo Starr, a.k.a. the Beatle that isn't John, Paul, or George,
Sorry,
joined the
what's
group.
his name?
Richard Starkey. I didn't
I
know
don't
that.
mind Richard Starkey though.
I mean, it's a,
Yeah, I
it's
like
a pretty
that.
good name. You know, the drummer in my very first band was named Miles Starr. And
Miles
we thought,
Starr.
Yeah, we thought that for sure that meant that we were going to be huge. because our drummer's last name was Starr.
Yeah, and Ringo was his dad or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, we were fucking terrible.
Sure.
Holy shit. I remember the first time that we had practice with everyone, we were trying to write a song together. My mom came to pick me up and she heard us practicing. And even she said, like,
Son.
you guys were sounding a little rough.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, if even your own mom was willing to tell you,
know.
like, oh, that just sounded like a
Even
bunch of
like-
noise.
So,
We were
Coop,
real bad.
is this what you want to do forever? Yeah, that kind of thing.
You know, it's real hard getting into the music scene, even if you are
Right.
talented.
Yeah, and it's going to be real hard for you fuckers. Thanks, Mom. Yeah.
She's holding a dead deer on her back.
Yeah.
She just hunted.
I love my mom. Mom, I love you. She's
You got to
I-
say that.
yeah.
Love you, Mom.
She's adopted Joel at this point. She already likes him better.
Love
She
it.
says I'm her
Understandably.
favorite
I
son.
love a good love you, Mom, to the camera, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, thankfully
she'll
she
have
doesn't
this
listen to this
forever.
because she gets offended by the way that we talk.
Oh, yes. We've had to, on numerous occasions, be like, okay, so you can't listen to the show because we go every day, we go live. Both of our moms, mine and Ross, will like tune in, hear something that we either said about them or whatever, and then proceed to text us about it. I don't think you should blah, blah, blah. So we both had to separately be like, okay, look, like,
Just don't.
just
maybe it's
don't watch
best
or
to-
don't listen, only because you can't have that in your mind,
Well, you don't want to have to censor
You don't have to
yourself.
worry
You want to
Exactly.
just feel,
what someone's
feel
thinking,
free
yeah.
to say whatever you want.
even for Mom, right?
Yeah.
You want to be like,
What was it the other day? Your mom listened to the trailer or something. It was, and she was like, "I thought it was really funny, but what did you mean by this?"
oh my
And it was like a dildo joke or
was it
a toy
in
or-
the trailer?
I forget. It wasn't
not
the trailer. Do you remember what I'm talking about? Because you told me, you're like, it was real funny. Because she was like, I thought it was good, but I don't understand what you meant when you said this. And it was something that,
See, it's like that,
yeah, if she understood, she would not like the answer.
right? So you
No,
have to say
that sounds
something.
familiar. I think that sounds more like something my stepdad would say than my mom, because my mom's got a dirty fucking mind. She doesn't like to admit it, but she's got a dirty mind. I can
Like, look, they get it. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? But they just don't.
She was trying to see if you knew what you said.
Oh yeah, that.
Right?
Oh,
She was playing
maybe, yeah.
innocent.
Most likely.
She was playing innocent.
But no, I have no idea. I'm totally innocent, Mom.
We know, Coop.
I don't know anything about any of these dick jokes. What's
No.
a dick? I'm still
Hello.
a virgin.
Hello, I don't even look down there, Mom, like you told me. I don't touch it. I don't look down there. I only wash it.
Yeah. What was it? Wait, what's it called down there? Like the devil's area or something?
The no-no zone?
No,
That's a scientific name for it.
the no-no zone.
The devil's playground.
I don't know.
I mean,
that sounds good.
What were we talking about again? When we talking about the Beatles?
Bob Lennon,
Ringo.
Robert Lennon.
Robert Lennon.
Good old Robert Lennon. John was never very impressed with Ringo's abilities as a musician. When asked later if Ringo was the
Nor was
greatest
he.
drummer in the world, Lennon replied, "Ringo's not even the greatest drummer in the Beatles." Which that's a pretty
Now
fucking
look,
good burn.
Now look, and I hate this motherfucker, right?
That's good.
But that's good. That's a sweet burn. That's a sweet burn, right?
Yeah, no, that's the thing about John Lennon, especially out of everybody in the group. They were all, well, not
He
all
meant
of them,
it,
but-
though. It wasn't
Yeah,
all-
yeah. He
that's-
wasn't trying to be funny.
No, he was trying to be funny, but he for sure meant it.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
they well,
It's funny
Lennon
'cause it's
especially,
true.
he fucking hated everybody else in the band because everybody else, if they got any attention aside from him, it was bad. Later, when the Beatles broke up, we're not going to get into it this episode. That's like much later in their career.
Yeah.
When they broke up, during an interview, Paul McCartney took credit for breaking up the band, or took credit for leaving the band, and then everybody else kind of split up. John Lennon was pissed off that he got credit for breaking up the Beatles. He's like, no,
I did.
broke up the Beatles.
Wow.
I started the band. I ended it.
Which is true? Which one is true?
McCartney left first.
Okay.
So
Because of the Yoko John shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
So
I
he's
mean,
not wrong, but
Yeah, he's not wrong, but officially, Paul McCartney leaving the band was what
Obviously.
broke everything up.
obviously.
And also, McCartney was the one that wrote all their best songs.
Yes. That's absolutely
And
right.
well, actually, I think George Harrison is probably the most accomplished musician out of all of them, or the most
Yes, we were
talented
saying
musician.
this last time. I think
But-
he's the only one that can read music and all of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But McCartney was the one that wrote all of their their best.
Their
music.
hits.
All the songs that I really like were written by McCartney.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's still a bass player. So,
I know.
you can't have that
why
much
are we
respect
even
for him.
talking about him? I know. It's crazy.
In July of 1962, Cynthia Powell announced that she was pregnant with John's child. In response to this news, John happily replied, there's only one thing we can do for it, Sin. We'll have to get married. Wasn't even happy, just like, well, fuck, now we got to get
Sweetie.
married.
What a sweetie pie.
And married they were.
Yeah.
In a ceremony exactly as romantic as the rest of their relationship. The wedding was at a local registrar's office with no flowers and noisy construction taking place next door. John left immediately after to play a concert. And it was so loud there that when the registrar asked for the groom to step forward, I think it was George Harrison that was the ring bearer. He couldn't hear what was going on, so George Harrison stepped forward because it was so fucking noisy they couldn't even hear what the registrar was saying. Like, this was just okay, let's get this over and done with so we can get back on tour. Or I don't even know if they were touring at the time.
Fuck.
But yeah, just did not give a shit about this relationship.
Then why? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I
And
don't
why even get
understand.
married? Like, I know it was of the time, but like,
Yeah.
why
He didn't seem to care much.
still-
Why did he care about that?
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't care at all, just be like, cool, have fucking fun with the kid, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's also how it worked back then.
Yeah, not that that's the right thing to do, but why keep dragging this poor woman along?
Yeah, I don't get that.
If you're not into the relationship, just be like, yeah, whatever, go do your own thing.
Or was
Just-
he
just let her
that
go.
much of a dick that he actually liked having
He liked-
like a lap dog as well as his, do you know what I mean? Like a doormat.
He was being possessive.
Yeah.
He doesn't want anybody else to.
But
He
it
doesn't
feels
necessarily
good
want
to
her.
Doesn't
have
want her, but no one
someone
else
that's
can.
always going to be there, and then you can go out. I mean, that's the fucking dream, right? And then he can go out on tour, do whatever he wants. She's still
she'll
going to
be
be
there.
there. He could treat her like shit. She's still there. I don't condone it. I don't think it's great, but I can kind of be like, look, I get
So
it.
you're getting the best of both worlds. You
Yes.
can go around and do whatever you want, and then
Whoever
at the
you
end of
want.
the whoever you
Right.
want, and whatever you want. Well, no, whoever you want's the right thing. I mean, I don't know if he fucked any inanimate objects,
Any
or
port in a
animals,
storm.
or any. Yeah, but
Well,
probably
I'm
was.
sure at a certain
Willow?
point you'll get into
Did he ever?
his drug days, and I'm sure a hole was a hole at a certain
Is there any
point.
evidence or proof that he slept with Willow or anyone of Willow's heritage?
Stature.
Yeah.
I don't think that he.
Sorry, those Popeyes.
I don't think that.
Popeye did.
I don't
Yeah.
think that he ever.
It burp. It was a burp. Okay, but anyway, go ahead.
I was hoping it was. A
Yeah, I
bird.
know. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Popeyes.
Yeah, I know. It would have been down here, huh? Come on. Okay, go.
I don't know if he ever had sex with a peck, or I'm sorry. That's a
Peck.
pejorative, isn't
That's
it?
a.
What are they actually called in the movies?
Peck, right?
They're called an Elwyn.
Is it Elwyn?
Yeah.
No, I
You
think it
sure?
was
Or no.
Peck. Mad Mardigan was
Peck
saying,
was
like,
the
out of the
insult.
way, Peck. Yeah.
Peck
Peck's
was
like calling him a
Peck
midget or something.
Was a racial slur for him.
Is
Are
it
you
used
sure it's an
anywhere
Elwyn?
else
Elwyn, I
besides
think.
Willow?
I mean,
Peck, like, in the real world a thing?
No.
well, no, there's that.
There's a
old,
pecking order.
Well, there's also that old rhyme. I love you, a bushel and a peck. Oh. Maybe that's an old person thing. It's something my grandma used to say.
She's
to me.
Some,
Elwyn,
like,
right? It's an
weird
Elwyn.
stuff in your brain. Huh?
Oh, there's
called-
nothing but weird stuff in there. Are you sure
Elwyn?
it's Elwyn?
Nelwyn or Elwyn?
Elwyn's the name of the forest in World of Warcraft. That's where the humans start off.
That's what
What do I search?
I'm looking it up right now.
What they call... No, you're recording
Okay, his
on
name
that.
was Willow Ufgood, and he was a... God, I should remember this because I even read the novels that were written outside of the movie. There was a trilogy of novels written where, for some reason, Willow changed his name.
Nelwyn.
A
Nelwyn.
Nelwyn
Nelwyn.
is
Very
like what
close.
they were
Close.
called... They called themselves.
The hero of the tale is Willow, a member of a race of little people called the Nelwyn.
Oh, I'm glad that they used little people instead of calling him a midget.
I know.
It's the first thing that came up when I searched what race are the midgets in Willow.
What race? Oh, Lord.
Is that considered a race? I think
I
that's
know.
A member of a race of little people called the Nelwyn.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
so I guess it would be a race.
Yeah.
Did you guys never heard about the trilogy of novels that came out like years and years after Willow?
Of what?
It was about Willow. He was the main character, but they like turned him into an action hero.
Well, he became a wizard, right?
Yeah, he was a wizard, but he changed.
Because by the end of the movie, he could remember he throws the rock up and it turns into a bird and shit.
Well, oh wait, okay. I
thought
thought
he
you
was
were.
a magician. Was he an
Well, he
actual-
was he was
Oh,
pretending
and
to be
then
a
he,
wizard,
like, got-
and then he
okay.
became
Actually
one by the
became-
end.
Oh yeah.
Remember, he turns that troll into a 2-headed dragon thing.
But didn't he do that by throwing
Love
a?
Willow, dude.
Oh, dude, it's,
like,
It's a great movie.
Everything
it's
is like
fucking
oh.
awesome.
Sorsha, the babe that Mad Mardigan
Yeah.
falls in love with.
Joel and I have spent a lot of time talking about
was the
Sorsha.
I think she's the
Stars.
hottest.
I was the moon, and it went away.
And it went away.
It just went away.
He dwelled in darkness
yes,
and it
he
went
dwelled
away.
in darkness, and it went away. That was my favorite.
What was the name of
And
that?
he answers, he's like, yeah,
Yeah,
it did.
whatever. And she's like, I fucking love you now, you dick. Yeah.
In his defense, he got hit with some of that love powder or whatever it was.
And that was
Something of
Oscar
Broken
worthy.
Heart.
That performance, right? Poof. And he's like,
He's like, oh, I love you.
I love you.
Incredible scene.
Oh, the best. Yeah, when he's in that cage. He's yelling
yeah.
stuff down. Oh, let me show him. He like, gives him the water,
And he
right?
tries to, oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's drinking the water.
And he like spills, and he's like,
Peck, 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 peck,
peck, peck, peck, peck, peck. Okay.
That is a racial slur.
And we
It's
need
Nell
to
Wynn.
do an episode about Willow.
I think we should do, yeah.
He's actually had a very interesting. His name's
Warwick
Warwick
Davis.
Davis.
Warwick Davis. That's
Did
what
you guys see Life is Short? That last like sort of mockumentary reality show he did with Ricky Gervais.
Oh, I've
That's
seen
it,
episodes
Ricky
of
Gervais.
it.
Yeah.
It was
It
really
was funny.
fucking funny.
The clips
Yeah.
I've seen are funny.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
but-
isn't he? He's like super proper and kind of uptight about everything, isn't he?
Which one?
Warwick Davis.
Willow?
It
Yeah,
seemed
well,
like he
He's
was.
the only other
it,
person in all the Star Wars movies.
it seemed like he was playing himself, and that's definitely how he was. But obviously, if you're doing a Ricky Gervais show about yourself, you have a good sense of humor.
Oh,
Do you know what I
you
mean?
have to.
And he was like falling, getting out of the SUV and stuff. You know, he's funny.
Wait, who did? I know that Warwick Davis was.
He's in the first 6. I don't know about the new ones, but I think he's in those too.
Wait, but he played one of the Ewoks, didn't he?
He played an Ewok and like he plays
Yeah.
some alien or something in all the Star Wars.
Yeah, let's
Really, I thought that he was only one of the Ewoks.
No.
What was the name of that main Ewok?
I recognize that walk anywhere. You can see it in episode 1.
oh, they
pod
all walk the
races.
same.
No, his is
wobble back
special.
and forth.
I know it from Leprechaun.
Oh, that's
And
right.
Willow.
My cousin of mine was in the Leprechaun movie where he's in Las Vegas. She was one of the. She was a.
Star Wars episode.
He was even in fucking Solo.
Yes.
What?
Solo, Star Wars Rebels.
It's like a thing where they put him in all of them.
He was like literally in all of them. Look.
Yes, he is actually in all of them.
Sorry. I mean, I hate to say, Joel, that you're right, but
God damn it!
isn't he?
I hate hearing that.
He's in a bunch of
He's-
Harry Potter movies too.
Wait, who was?
Did you
he in
like
the-
Leprechaun?
No,
Did you
I
watch
do
Leprechaun?
remember him. In the,
I've
in the
seen
Leprechaun
Were you
movies.
attracted to him in Leprechaun? Because he had a
No.
pot of gold? Fucking money grubbing bitch.
No, I mean, Willow is just such a sympathetic character. Like, I just love him.
Oh, he was pure of heart.
Willow,
There's no way
the
to,
character.
Remember when his wife cuts her hair off and gives it to him?
Oh my God, and he puts it in
He keeps it the whole time and gives it back to her.
Da-da, the
You
kids,
cry.
right?
Yeah.
Da-da. Oh my gosh. Oh, stop
Do you remember
it.
her creepy doll?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doll was so
Okay, do you
creepy.
remember the opening scene where that lady
Oh, God, yeah.
puts the fucking baby in the basket and it gets
Yeah.
eaten by wolves?
Yep.
I mean, if you
That's a
can make it
terrifying
through
ass
that, you're good. You're good on Willow.
Oh,
right?
that
Like,
reminds me. The baby in the basket. What was her name?
Bastard in a basket.
No, because it ended up
that's
being
from There Will Be
being
Blood.
someone, right?
Yeah,
the baby in
There
the
will be
basket
someone. There will be
ended
blood.
There will be someone.
Bastard in a
Great
basket.
movie.
The baby in the basket is the lead character in the novels that they came out with afterwards. It's
Alora Dannon?
Alora Dannon, is that
Alora.
it?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Alora
yeah,
Dannon.
she's the main
Alora
character of the
Dannon must
novels
survive.
that came after the movie. And these started coming out in like 1990. No, I think they came out in like 2000,
And you read these
2001.
books? Such a
They're actually
fucking
pretty
dork.
good.
Dude.
Oh yeah, I'm a nerd.
Yeah. Newsflash.
How dare you reveal my secret?
Yeah,
Alora,
exactly.
I know Alora Dannon's
It's the whole
name.
premise of the show. The bully and the nerd is what you should call it.
Oh, I like
That's a
I
good
like
do
that name
like
a lot
that.
better than Iconoblast. The bully and the nerd.
That could be your bonus
I'm not a
episode.
bully.
No, but like in the best way. We're just like mean to nerds.
Oh, that's your guys' show.
Bullying the nerd. Yeah, I'll be bullied.
Let's do it.
I
Yeah,
shove
I'll be a
nerds,
guest.
dude.
I'll get bullied by Jessie all day. It's
Shove
fucking
nerds
fun.
all through fucking.
You don't have a choice. She bullies
class.
everybody.
Well, I know.
Yeah, I know, I really
what the
am.
fuck am I going to do about it? I'm a fucking nerd.
No, I know. I'm the worst. I'm like, I'm coming on your show. You guys are like,
Like,
we don't really want to. Okay.
we don't do guests.
Yes. I'm like, I'm fucking coming on. Right?
We don't normally record on Saturday
Yeah.
nights.
You will tonight.
Say, okay,
Yeah.
but we
Record
don't
Saturday,
normally
Sunday.
record on Sundays.
Yeah.
So, well, we're doing it
I
tonight.
have to go to a funeral. No. You're recording this fucking show,
They should have
dude.
died at a more convenient
Yeah.
time.
Not my fault. Beat it, nerd. Dork Patrol. Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, the main character of these Willow novels.
You are dark.
People are so pissed off. They're like, is it John Lennon or Willow?
Is this episode about Willow? Yeah.
I know, but it's just like, oh,
you know
once
what? It's
start
our show.
talking
We
about-
can talk about
You
whatever
are
the fuck that we want.
absolutely right, Coop, and I love that attitude.
John kept his marriage to Cynthia a secret so as to
I
save
love the
his sex
transitions.
appeal.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm
The
great at
transitions.
segues. I'm a fucking master at
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
So John kept his marriage to Cynthia a secret so as to save his sex appeal. Their relationship was so secretive, in fact, that the Beatles' own security detail wouldn't often recognize her.
Oh fuck.
Oh my god, dude! This
They treated her like she was just one of the fans, and not just like on one occasion. It was a running theme where she would be trying to follow the group, and then the security would be like, "Oh no, you got to stay out here with the rest of the fans." And
I fucking
and John
hate
would
this
just
guy,
keep
dude.
fucking walking.
I fucking hate this
he'd
guy,
probably
dude.
look back and kind of laugh a little and pretend like he didn't notice.
Oh, actually, that's totally a John Lennon move. Like, look at my wife and the mother of my child struggling
And my
to keep
kid
up with
too.
us. Yeah.
Holy shit!
Oh, he's
I
such a
hate him
fucking
so
asshole.
fucking much.
Cynthia was once left behind in New York, leading John to tell her, "Don't be so bloody slow next time."
Left her? Like, what do you mean?
Like left her in the state.
She got separate. Yeah. They
Wait.
flew
And, like they got on the plane and
and left. And then she was obvious. I mean,
Here's the other thing.
unreasonably
And
upset.
that's there's
Sure,
proof
what
of
a bitch.
that. That's true. That's a true thing.
that's
Yeah.
a true thing. But also, here's what I have to say too:
fuck?
is like, what about? It makes me hate all of them as well because it's like,
Yeah, fuck all of them.
look, like if we're all going somewhere, would not one of you guys be like, oh, where's Jessie or whatever? Like if we
Hey,
all
Ross,
traveled
uh,
somewhere, right?
Hey, John,
We're going to
where-
LA.
What about
John,
your
where's
kids,
that
bud?
lady that popped out your kid?
Yeah.
Wasn't she with us in the last state?
Do you know what I mean? Like
Somebody
she was
would have
there.
had to have
we
noticed,
know you're
right?
there. Yeah.
I just had a weird image of all the Beatles on the plane hanging out the door like Nicolas Cage from Face Off.
Yes.
And they're all just like
Exactly.
and she's there with the kids and they just fly away. They're like, oops.
They're all fucking culpable. I mean,
Don't be so bloody slow next time.
Were they
But
were they like
again-
afraid of Lennon or something? Like they're like, well, don't
maybe.
say
Do you think
anything.
any of them? I
Did he have, like, a
honestly don't
leadership
think one
role?
of them said, "Where's your wife?" They're just like, they're kids, dude.
If they did, it would have been like, "Hey, John, where's your wife?"
Right? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then the plane, go ahead, just take off.
And
We
and
don't
there's,
know
like,
where
the
she
shot of
is.
her with
She's
2 kids
pregnant
and then
somewhere.
She just watches the plane leave.
Bro, that's fucked up.
It was probably a lot like an Apocalypse Now. Willem Dafoe trying to run back to
Yes.
the helicopter, and then they're all just flying away and seeing her getting mobbed by fans because the fans fucking hated her. Like they're female fans, they fucking hated her. And actually, I've got a little entry about that right here.
Please.
On another occasion, Cynthia was separated from the group by security in Miami.
God.
The fans had to help convince security who she was. So this is the one time that the fans actually backed her up. It wasn't always that way. Not all of the fans were so supportive of her, though. After the marriage was made public, Cynthia was once again separated from the group by their bodyguards, leading her to be attacked by a fan who shouted, "Leave John alone," and kicked her multiple times.
Jesus.
Right? If you guys don't fucking hate this motherfucker by now, you're listening to the wrong podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly. And
He would.
Well-
I can't believe he would ditch her. Like, you
Cynthia
can have
was-
a shitty relationship, and
Cynthia
Sure.
was
But
probably used to
that's
getting
so fucked
kicked
up
and
to get
punched at
ditched.
that point, so she probably thought the fan was in love with her.
Right? Here's the other thing. Why go? Do you know what I mean? There's another thing of like, you guys have a house, right? Like, you know he's going to be fucking shitty to you. Why are you on the tour? That's
He
the other
probably
thing.
asked her to go.
You think?
Come on, baby. And he was in a good
Actually,
mood.
the way
True.
John Lennon was, yeah, he probably was
He
like,
probably
"Oh,
did.
come on, Sin,
Because
I
I
love
want
you.
some nights to be able to, like, hang out with you.
If I'm not going to get laid tonight, I
Right.
want somebody to treat me nice."
Right.
Yeah, he was definitely that type of piece of shit.
That's, yeah. No victim blaming. But, like, don't go on the fucking tour, dude. That sounds like a nightmare.
Oh yeah, I don't blame Cynthia for any of this stuff because she was being a very dedicated wife and she was
Right.
being a dedicated mother. Like she was loyal to her husband and she was taking what he said at face value.
Right.
And
Which, as we
John
know,
was
is the first.
never take anything at
Yeah.
face value.
Yeah.
That's the rule of this show.
Cynthia.
Cynthia, goddamn it.
Cynthia.
Sin. Anyway.
Fucking
See, and this is how you get into victim blaming.
Really,
it's
this
her
is-
fault, actually.
This is her fault. She should have known better. She's a grown goddamn woman.
Right. Was she? I mean, she was. She was young. She was young. She was with a rock star. I mean, look, there were other things at play.
Yeah, and
She
also
wasn't being held against her will.
How many
But she was being abused. That's true.
how many members of the
Physically
band
and
was she sleeping with, though?
Ooh.
I mean,
Whose kid is it, actually?
She
got-
couldn't even get close to any of. She
Yeah,
couldn't
she-
get backstage even. Like they couldn't fuck her.
Well,
Like,
and not only that, when John Lennon saw her dancing with Stuart Sutcliffe, one of the
That's
former
right.
members, he beat the shit out
he
of her.
fucking yeah. So they all knew.
He beat
So
the
she-
shit out of the wrong person.
They all knew that. Like
No, she should have known better.
yeah. Now that's the one thing I'm on his side. No. I'm joking.
Holy shit.
But yeah, I mean, it was probably like Stockholm syndrome to a certain point. When you're in an abusive relationship,
That's right.
you kind of need to justify it to yourself for your own protection. And not only that, you're afraid to leave. 'Cause
Right,
how is she
and-
going to support herself if she leaves John? She had to drop out of college because of this piece of shit.
damn it.
She doesn't have a degree to help her get a good job. She has a child to support. This guy's making a bunch of money. She's honestly probably just sticking around. So she's like, all right, well, he's going to provide for my child.
Yeah.
So
She was stuck. And back then, too, you couldn't even, if you did
Yeah, the
get
law
divorced,
was not on your fucking side.
You didn't
as a
get any
woman, right?
alimony
at
or
that
anything.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. And I mean,
There was no
it's-
50-50 state, any of that shit.
Oh yeah, and when her and John ended up getting divorced, she totally got fucked over in that.
God damn it.
I
I was hoping that would be like the a good end to that.
no.
But also people like that are good at what they do, right?
Yeah.
Like he was good. We don't know what he was telling her to be like keep her kind of a
Oh,
little
yeah,
bit
he-
on the line.
he must have been real
They're
sweet
good.
on the days he
They're
was
good
sweet.
at it.
yeah, once he was very mentally manipulative, not only towards his
Sure.
wife, but towards the other
Everyone.
band members, even towards Yoko Ono and the women that he cheated on Yoko Ono with. He cheated on every woman that he was ever with.
Sure.
All of them. I mean, he only had two major, like, published, technically three, but one of them was a mistress that he cheated on Yoko Ono with
With her permission.
Yeah, it was with her permission.
Yeah, because she was manipulated and like mind fucked into being like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, quote unquote,
guy.
her permission.
Permission. Yeah, exactly.
She had to.
Against her will permission. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Forced permission.
It's still the same. It's still
Permission is permission, dude.
Yeah. Come on, Joel.
Totally.
April 8th, 1963, Julian Lennon was born to a happy mother and an indifferent father. John didn't even bother showing up until 3 days after his wife gave birth.
Oh, fuck.
Among many other things, John often referred to Julian as a Saturday night special. In an interview, he once stated, quote, "He's still my son, whether he came from a bottle of whiskey or because they didn't have pills in those days." It's like, oh, he's still my son, even though he was an accident.
Oh, John, you're so funny. Right? No, I'm being serious, right?
It's like, yeah, I fucking hate this kid, but I'll claim him as my own son.
I don't have a choice.
Jokes. You're so funny. You're a comedian.
So tell me about the new album.
I know. And what do you have in the works?
Well, I'm not done talking about beating my child, but if you want to move on.
You've got to stop. The whole studio is laughing. All right. It's so fucked up. He said that in interviews, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not even like
That's
come
not even
out
the worst
until
thing
now.
that he said
I
in
know.
interviews.
That's not the worst. Yeah,
Not
you're
even
right.
the worst thing that he said in
What is the
interviews.
worst thing he said?
We're going to get into that.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit. It's actually just a little ways away.
Okay.
John followed the same path as his father that he hated so fiercely. 20 days after the birth of Julian, John left his wife and newborn child and continued living the life of a rock star. When he was home, he spent quality time with the family, being physically and emotionally abusive. During a family breakfast one morning, Julian giggled, which led John to shout, quote, "I can't stand the way you fucking laugh. Never let me hear your horrible laugh again."
Oh my
This is a tiny little kid laughing. The reason
Now
Julian
I
was
cry.
laughing...
Now I'll cry. Yeah. No.
The reason Julian was laughing is because he was happy that his dad was home and they were making Mickey Mouse shaped pancakes. Julian was laughing because he's like, "Oh, my mom and dad are here. We're having a good breakfast. He's making us special shaped pancakes. No, fuck you. Don't laugh. Don't ever let me hear you laugh." Who the
horrible.
fuck says that to a kid?
That's like the saddest of it all.
Yeah. Well,
He was a bad dad.
he wasn't great to Sean Lennon either, which was the Sean Ono Lennon, I think, the kid that he had with Yoko Ono. He did treat Sean Lennon better,
Sure.
but he was still a piece of shit. Sean
Slightly.
Lennon.
He set his
Slightly.
standards low.
Yeah.
the
Treating better
standards
in
were
his
very
world
low.
is like, yeah.
It's like, at least I didn't hit this
How
one.
many did he have that we know? I mean, we talked about last episode, probably a bunch of illegitimate.
Oh, yeah, God, all over the
40
world.
or
but
50.
Yeah, but
the
How many
two-
that
does
we
he own?
know of
The two that he claimed, Julian Lennon and Sean Oko Lennon.
Okay.
I think is what they, or Sean Ono Lennon.
Shanoko, dude. That's sick.
Shanoko, dude. Like the gas station.
But Shanoko? Is that it?
Sunoco. I don't know.
Oh, close enough.
Close enough.
Who
Look.
cares?
Shut up, kid. Quit laughing.
I never want to hear your fucking laugh
Oh
again.
my God. I almost cried, you guys.
That one,
I can't.
That hurts my feelings.
I know,
that's
I
one of
can't
the
do
parts
that kind of
that
stuff. Yeah.
that makes me so fucking angry is how do you tell your own child, "I can't stand the sound of your fucking laugh.
You're coming
Never
down.
let me hear
It's
your
called
laugh
coming
again."
down.
Yeah,
drugs.
it's called you fucking.
No, this was
Detoxing.
Okay, they
Well,
were still
he just
doing
got
drugs at the
home
point.
the next
this,
morning.
This isn't the hard drug years. This is the angry drinking years, but this isn't the hard drug. He got better after he started doing drugs. The LSD is what made him stop beating his wife. Even Cynthia said that. She was like, once John started doing LSD, it was like being with a completely different person because he stopped being
So
abusive.
did he have, like we talk about ayahuasca fucking opening people's, making them better, different. Did he have maybe some mental
On the LSD
situation
trip.
that he was fucking self-medicating? And I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. Obviously, but
But I'll go ahead and go out and say it. That, yeah, for sure he was self-medicating. I mean,
for
he had
sure,
a,
there was something else.
Yeah, he had
mentally, like
he had a
literally
fucked
mentally
up
wrong.
childhood,
Yeah.
and it was after he started doing LSD. That's when he started going into peace and love.
Right.
Before that, he was like, oh no,
Go
booze
fuck
and beating
yourself.
women.
Right.
I mean, at least he got away from that part. He was still a piece of shit after he stopped beating women, but
in a different way,
but in a
right?
different way.
In the way that I was talking about, where it's like the pretentious enlightened person or the condescending spiritual. You know what I mean? Like that's what he turned into.
yeah, he turned into
Yeah. Which is, I don't know what's worse. I mean, honestly,
they're both terrible in
do I want you to
different
beat
ways.
your wife or be like, oh,
I'm so
You
much
don't
better than
meditate?
you.
do you know what I mean? Loser. Yeah, or
No,
whatever.
And that's
You wouldn't
something else.
understand, kind of
I
thing.
don't read.
Something else that makes him such a fucking hypocrite is he would rail against religion and then participate in a religion with a transcendental meditation.
Yes.
He would follow that religiously.
Yes.
That it's the same problem that I have with people that, well, I shouldn't say that I have a problem with them. I don't
Vegetarians?
like it. Yeah, fucking vegetarians and no.
God damn it! It's like
Don't even get me started about
yeah. There's nothing wrong with a steak, right? No.
that. You don't want to kill animals and eat them? Fuck you. No,
I even eat the horn. I use the whole animal, okay?
I don't even kill the fucking thing before I eat it.
Yeah.
Goddamn pussies.
I'm contributing to we're pissing off
The
all
circle of
the,
life.
Yeah,
the
let's make
whole
sure we
audience,
piss off
basically.
the entire audience.
Whatever.
We're pissing off every drinking bro, and I'm fine with it. But
If we offend everybody equally, we're not being bigoted.
that's absolutely right.
Yeah.
True.
Yes.
We're being fair.
Yes. That's
Fair and
absolutely right.
balanced. That's what this show is all about.
So, what color? What you had problems with somebody?
Yeah.
the
What
color
color
of
was the
people?
problem
No.
we had with?
No. I'm
No,
saying-
I have a problem with the whole spectrum.
Right,
All
but
of
you were
them,
saying-
all of them. No, what
We interrupted you. Were like
what bothers me,
bothers you.
I don't. So I'm not religious myself. I
Sure.
don't ascribe to any religion. I used to call myself atheist until I realized, like, oh, holy shit, atheism is just another fucking religion.
Yeah, it's a
because
thing. You have
atheists
to-
sit there
yeah.
and fucking rail so much against religious people,
You have to put effort into it.
and they don't even realize that you're in another fucking religion.
Yes, yes,
you
yes.
goddamn hypocrites.
That's right.
So I'm agnostic.
Yes.
And everybody else is a piece of shit if you're not agnostic.
yeah. I'm a nihilist, but an aggressive one. Like
Oh,
an
yeah.
aggressively nihilist, right?
Nihilism is something
I don't
that I can.
fucking care.
So,
I so don't fucking care. No.
Nihilism
Same thing,
is
right?
yeah,
Like,
nihilism
yeah.
is something that I can. Well, no, it's something that I have to fight to not get behind
I
because
know.
it's.
It's just so easy, dude. It's the
It-
easiest one to do.
I don't even know if it's easy. It's like the most painful belief system to have because nothing fucking matters. But when you think about it,
Well, if you don't, if
Nothing
you
fucking
actually
matters.
don't care,
Fucking easiest one, dude.
yeah, if you
That's-
don't actually care, then it's fucking easy.
Exactly. Like that's my thing where it's like people are railing against shit and they're like, oh, it was and I go, for example, the phone, phone's listening. Yes. Great.
Don't give a fuck.
who gives a
Send
shit?
me fucking advertisements for shit that I need, right? Or China's whatever. Good. Fine. Good.
I don't care.
But
Do you know what I
see,
mean? Like,
I think it's
let's
the
just
most.
go with
It's
it.
the most reasonable belief system because you don't have to lie to yourself about anything.
Yes.
I had to start lying to
you
myself
don't
to
have
get
to
myself out of
pretend-
nihilism so I wasn't so fucking depressed
Exactly.
anymore.
You
But
don't have to
goddamn it, nihilists
pretend-
are still right.
That you're going to make a difference. You don't have to pretend that you're going to like change the world or anything. You're not going to pretend that you're going to be able to do anything about any of it, right? Whether it's government or technology or whatever. You don't have to pretend like I started a coalition for. No, dude.
That doesn't
I'm
fucking matter.
good, bro.
Yeah.
Give me the robe and the fucking bonnet thing or whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah.
The not fighting back is where you find the calm, right? In the not fighting.
Yeah.
When you just don't fight anything,
Well, see, nihilism and
Sometimes you have to fight.
for what? What are you going to do, Joel?
I'll fight for Coop. I'll fight for you.
that's true. I've seen him do it.
That's right. For people
You'd
like
fight for your children.
immediately in front of me, immediately in my world, in my sphere,
That's-
on my side of the street, absolutely.
That's
as a
that's
global,
my thing. Now
as
you're
a-
speaking like me. I
Yes,
don't give
yes.
a fuck about anything
as
in
a
the world.
global, no.
But my little
Yeah, 'cause-
my bubble.
Make me
kill
do
you.
whatever, whatever.
Unless you're Julius Caesar, Genghis Khan, Napoleon.
Sure.
Do you
Somebody
call
like
him
that,
Genghis?
I know. I
That
I didn't want to sound stupid.
Dan Carlin calls him that, and I'll be damned
Is
if
it?
I'm going to
Genghis,
correct him.
dude.
Genghis Khan. If Dan Carlin
I
says
do
that, that's
love
what
like Jenga.
yeah. It's well, that's the namesake for Jenga.
Can I pee and make a call?
Absolutely.
I know.
No,
I'm sorry.
actually,
We're
no,
really
this
on
is
a
our-
roll.
This is our show.
You guys carry on or cut or whatever you want to do. I mean, I
Here.
don't see how the show could be any.
No,
without me,
No, this
but-
can's
Hold this.
empty. That can's empty.
What do you want? You need another one.
No, you're gonna pee in this, and we're
No,
gonna
that
keep
way
going.
you can stay on mic.
I need a wider mouth than that. Unlike Joel, he only needs the tiny little water bottle.
I actually really need to pee too.
Should we just pause then?
Okay, let's cut. Go take a pee, and then we'll come back.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
So skip. I'm gonna cut this into before the rant. Skip 20 minutes if you'd like to hear about John Lennon.
Yeah. If you want to know anything about John Lennon, go ahead and skip
Yeah.
20 minutes forward, and then we're going to get back
If
into the
you
story.
want to hear about,
If you want to hear about,
If you wanna hear about
your favorite
fucking-
sauce and how different people wipe their asses, buckle up because
just
we're going
keep
for a ride.
keep it rolling.
What
You
took
guys
so
are
long?
just in the
Coop?
peanut gallery.
Was that a 1 or a 2?
Well, we drank some more, a little bit more. We peed,
Yeah.
and now we're back for some more.
Mine was a number 3.
We're back to pretend.
Number
I
three
did-
is you pee, you poop, and then you throw up in your mouth a little bit.
Mine,
Number
I
4
did a
is
number
full
6.
blown throw up. Oh,
Number six, yeah, so
God, it's
you-
been years since I've had
I
a good
know,
number
my
6.
gosh.
What
you-
number is it when you pee out of your butt?
I
I think that's part of 6. So it's pee,
Well, it's a portion of it. I think that's a
Pee-
2.5.
pee, poop, puke, blood, tears.
You have to punch yourself in the nose to have a bloody nose at the same time. That's how you get to 6.5.
Yeah. How many is that? How many am I up to? But yeah,
3, 4, 5.
just a quick number 6, you know.
You know what I think is
I'm
one of the
back.
most
Solid 6.
one of the
Solid
most
6.
sexist things about our society is only women can have a number 7 because men, women can have a number 7
Right.
once a month.
Right.
Men can
That's
only have it
fucking
if they have.
bullshit.
Yeah,
I
right.
know. Jealous? I know.
That's why men are so misogynistic.
And so am I. Yeah. But
If I had an opportunity to bleed once a month, I would be doing like dying jokes every month.
you do like
it'd be
a prank.
I'd cup it and be like,
You like show up. Yeah.
like all the time.
Wait.
Bro.
Yeah, I would. I do poop jokes.
I mean, it's
with
kind
my
of just
poo.
from negligence.
So you'd think if I had bloody poo or a bloody pee hole, I wouldn't do something with that? Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
you
If-
definitely would. Especially if
if-
it was like,
You had a bloody pee hole,
ooh, did you?
Fuck, I did.
right?
And I made some jokes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
I got cancer.
There's
Well,
there's a
I
difference
had a
between
cancer
having
scare.
a tumor
With
and having
the fucking
cancer.
No.
comedy bit, bro.
I had
No.
bladder. I had bladder.
Do you think
a
it was
bladder
had
thing.
to do anything to do with the fucking water that you don't drink? What happened?
Apparently, everything about me is perfect.
Well, that's
No, as far as getting cancer,
Debatable.
My doctor said that he was like, "So you haven't been around any radiation?" And I was like, "No, as far as I know, no."
yes, you have.
But I have, and at the time
we
I
all
didn't
have.
think about all the lenses. and
But
stuff.
if you lie to the doctor, it makes it true.
Yes.
but everything else, like my liver was good, my butthole was good, my pee hole was good. I was hydrated at the time. There was
There was
no symptoms.
There's a difference between good and serviceable.
Well, I saw
Right,
my
and,
I
like,
saw my shit.
passable.
The thing I was worried about the most was like, fuck, I'm gonna find out that from drinking so much that
yeah, the liver.
that
and
my
shit.
liver's
yeah,
fucked.
yeah.
And they were like, everything looks good. I don't know why you're in pain. We're gonna have to do more stuff. Like they couldn't find a reason
Yeah.
why there was something wrong with me. And then I had a little guy about the size of a dime.
You're a medical anomaly.
I had
I
a
could've
little
told you that
cancer,
before you
a
went
little
to the
cancer
doctor.
nugget
On
the
your
size of a dime in my bladder. Yeah,
In your bladder.
inside it. Yeah,
What'd you have to do?
they shoved a fucking camera the size of my finger up my dick hole.
Urethra fucking.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Fucking
And
was
we
brutal.
brought it back around.
Here we go. This is why you were so uncomfortable when I was talking about it.
Maybe. Yeah, I didn't think.
Yeah, because you were
Oh.
like, oh, I've been there, bro.
It just sounded so painful. Yeah.
Okay, and then do
So
you
I had
do
to have
chemo
surgery.
or-
I did chemo, and they went in. They burned the thing off, and then he was like, to be safe because I've never seen this before in someone young. I'm just gonna torch your entire bladder. So he burned the entire inside of my bladder, all of it, in case it would grow somewhere else,
Yeah.
and then filled my bladder full of chemo juice.
And then, so did you have the whole thing where your hair falls out?
when you
and
have
all
when you have bladder
Oh.
bladder cancer
Look at him.
chemo.
Do you think that he would actually cut his hair that way?
Yeah, so it's falling off on the sides only.
When you have bladder cancer, chemo goes up your dick hole. They can inject it right into your bladder, so you
Okay.
don't have to take it in the.
Yeah, and like have it go through the whole
so
body and shit.
I still got sick. I still kind of felt like shit. So I was like, oh man, if this is this hard, I can't imagine people that have to actually have chemo.
When was this, Joel?
this
This
was,
was beginning of 2020. It was before the pandemic started.
Joel, this is when I get so sad that we all fell out of touch, you
the cra-
guys.
well, this
you
is
had
the-
fucking straight up cancer, dude, and I didn't know.
well, I didn't. I had a cancer scare, and there was a cancerous thing the size that was so small.
Pre-cancerous,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
It was really fucking scary.
I mean, I felt weird, and I pissed blood for like 3 months before I went to the doctor every day, every time I peed.
For how long before you
About
went
3
to
months.
Well, pissed more blood than average for like 3 months before he went to the doctor.
Yeah, for someone that doesn't drink any water.
Yeah.
It's like you can't really tell. At
Well,
that
what happened
point.
was I would start peeing and nothing would come out, and it felt like I was peeing, and then a blood clot would shoot out, and that's when I was like, okay, I should probably go to the doctor.
So 3 months later, he went to the doctor.
fucking A, dude.
Yeah, I know it's stupid, but yeah, that's the truth.
If you get bit by a bat, you're dying. Like you're the person that's like,
You know,
I won't go until it fucking goes.
so
through
there
my brain.
actually has been one person that survived getting rabies.
Oh.
It was a young girl, and they put her through. I don't remember the exact details, but they put her through this.
This was in the
process
show.
where-
Did you look this up or do you know this?
No,
your head?
I was going to bring it up earlier, but I mean, you know how these conversations go.
Sure,
just
we
a
get to
fucking left
riffing,
turn,
we
right
get to fucking jib jabbing and fucking having fun. Yeah, so it was in this show, but
Yeah,
they put her into a coma.
So yeah, they put her into a coma.
It's called the Milwaukee Protocol.
Really? See, okay, so you know more about this than I do because I just kind of read about it in
The fact
passing.
that you even know anything about it, Coop, is insane to me.
I retain tiny little
Yes.
pieces of everything. A jack of all trades, master of absolutely fucking nothing.
Perfect. So yeah, so it was in wherever, Milwaukee, and the doctor there was like, let's put her in a medically induced coma and just pump her full of all kind of immune boosting IVs and keep her in the coma until we keep doing spinal taps until there's no sign of the virus in there.
Because what they have to do is they have to just get you, it's almost like detoxing to a certain point for like really severe cases of detoxing where you just have to keep them alive for long enough for their body to deal with it.
Yes, because your body is an amazing thing that can actually like fight off all kinds of shit, right?
And live without water for months.
in certain, clearly.
In one single case, unless you're a camel, yes.
Live off fucking vodka only. Yeah. I mean, specimen, right?
And
He
whiskey,
needs to
in
be-
his defense, and whiskey.
And whiskey, sorry, and fucking Popeye's chicken. I know.
Okay,
And
that
that's
was
the
my
Milwaukee
first time.
Protocol.
that was a one-time
My
thing.
first time having Popeyes was today.
One-time
It was
thing.
real good.
It was
It
actually
was good. I think Chick-fil-A is better, honestly.
Chick-fil-A is more palatable,
different.
right?
There's a simplicity to the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches that I appreciate
absolutely
over
right.
the
Popeyes is better for a hangover.
That's true.
Chick-fil-A is better overall.
I would say that's probably true.
Popeyes does have a good crust on their chicken.
Oh, yeah.
And those
the crust
biscuits,
was real
the
nice. Oh
biscuits.
yeah, the biscuits were pretty good too. The chicken breasts in the chicken sandwiches, they were just a little bit too thick for my taste though.
Real
Yep.
fake.
Like, they
big.
And it
Well, not
felt,
fake, they were
it felt
too
very
real.
Steroid chicken,
Petri
steroid-
dish kind
steroid
of.
chicken.
Yeah,
It was built on the back of a rat.
Tumor.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, built
how,
on a
how they
tumor.
make the ears and stuff.
They're
yeah,
growing
yeah, yeah.
their chicken breasts on the back of rats.
Yeah, that's what it tastes.
That's the taste that I got. Yeah.
I got that fucking taste too. Yeah.
Okay, for sure they're pumping those chickens full of steroids.
Which
so-
was really tasty though.
100%.
very
Oh yeah,
juicy.
it still tasted
Yeah.
good. I think it was actually the sauce more than anything that. Well, it's not even sauce.
The
it's
mayonnaise,
just fucking mayonnaise.
was
yeah.
a little too much.
It's my favorite sauce.
See,
mayonnaise.
I'm
I'm a big fan of
surprised that I
mayonnaise.
didn't appreciate it more because I'm about as wide as they come.
And you love a mayonnaise?
Oh yeah, I love me some mayonnaise.
If you were to
but-
rank sauces, order from one, let's just go three. One to three, one being the best, two, and then three you'll take if you have to.
number one, ranch dressing.
Thank you.
obviously. Yeah,
Samesies.
that's the greatest sauce
Yep.
ever made.
Absolutely.
Number two. Okay, so we might need to, this is the Joel knows how I am. There you got
Objective truth.
No, this has nothing. This is
My truth.
How
It's
is
not your truth.
no. I'm not even getting
Well,
to
he's
that. This
speaking
is-
my truth
this
right
is-
now, so I'm trying to see if we have the same truth.
This is goddamn. This is objective. This isn't subjective. This is serious shit.
yeah.
Ranch.
He's gonna
Number
hit
one,
you. Mm-hmm.
ranch dressing.
Number two.
Number two, I think that a good hollandaise sauce is
Whoa.
coming in at a close second, but it depends on what we're talking about. Are we talking about a
You're talking
dipping
about
sauce?
eggs Benedict right now?
No, eggs Benedict has
Like, is
hollandaise
there
sauce
other
on it.
things that you would? Okay, so as far as sauces are concerned,
It has to come in a fucking plastic container that you peel the top off, or you
It's
have to rip
basically
open.
can go
Okay.
with anything. So
Okay.
like I
Okay.
use foods that I don't really like that much as a vehicle to get that sauce to my face so that I'm not just drinking it, right? So what sauces are those that like you have to pretend that you want a carrot in there so that you don't just fucking drink the whole thing, right?
Okay,
and that's
so-
ranch, obviously same.
Yeah,
as one.
ranch number one. Number two,
I think we're all could agree with the ranch.
We
I
can
think.
agree
Fuck.
with that. Obviously.
yeah, ranch is the best sauce
Basic,
ever made.
but
Anybody who disagrees with that can honestly go fuck themselves because ranch is the best sauce ever made.
It's true.
it's pretty good.
Okay,
You
so
put it on
let's-
anything. Fuck.
I have a
Let's,
hashtag Ranch Nation that people put on all of my fucking Instagram posts because me and Ross were fighting about blue cheese or ranch, and
Oh, hell
everyone's
no.
like, "Fucking
Blue
Ranch
cheese is good,
Nation, bro!"
But it's not for everything.
Blue cheese
It's
is
not
good.
for everything, and it's overpowering.
Blue
It
cheese
is overpowering.
Good. Yes.
If you have blue
exactly.
cheese on anything, all you're tasting is fucking blue cheese.
Yeah, what I feel like what we're talking about right now is we're
Sure.
talking about sauces that you're too proud to just drink them. You want to, but
Ross is a blue cheese guy.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of respect for you, Ross.
blue cheese on buffalo wings. Blue cheese on buffalo wings.
Okay, that's fucking
is good.
Yeah.
Sure, it's a great combo.
Yeah,
But you do it once,
But
then
that's
you
not a
switch to ranch.
universal. That's not a
You can't have
universal
10
sauce.
fucking barbecue things with ranch, or I mean with blue cheese. You switch
No.
to ranch eventually with
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Sure.
Blue cheese and buffalo wing. Buffalo wings are the only things that you put blue cheese on.
I think that's true.
Plain and simple.
I think it's actually a true
There's
statement.
no other use for blue cheese
Yep.
aside from buffalo wings. Mm-hmm. And anybody that disagrees with that can just go ahead and come here to Austin and fight me.
You're really alienating a lot of people here.
Yeah,
Coop,
I would put it on a salad once in a while.
a crumble, not a sauce. Not
Oh,
a,
yeah, a blue
do you know what I
cheese-
mean? Not
yeah,
a
blue
dress
cheese
thing.
crumble.
I would put a crumble.
Yeah,
With
okay.
ranch.
Yes.
Yeah, you would mix it with ranch to make it palatable.
But it's still being used.
Sure.
Yeah, still being used.
I'm really. What is? Okay, so
Second-
you're
so-
going
Wait,
to
so how
hollandaise.
fucking, yeah.
Well, see, no, hollandaise.
This is why you
that's,
can't ask him fucking anything. This is why we talked about mermaids.
Do you
for an
want to
hour.
go first? What's the 1, 2, 3? I know you know it.
Ranch, Arby's sauce, mustard. Or I mean mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Ranch, Arby's sauce, mayonnaise. Mustard, mayonnaise.
You
I
almost
go
fucked it up
ranch.
2 times
I
in a
go
row.
ranch, Chick-fil-A sauce, barbecue.
Fuck,
Barbecue. I know it's weird, but it's
No,
really like
barbecue
a
sauce.
Arby's
okay,
sauce
the-
is so good.
Is
All
it
right, what
kind
are
of like
we-
a barbecue
It
consistency?
is kind of,
okay,
but it's
then
less.
yeah.
less.
So are you
it
talking
doesn't
about-
overpower everything?
Are you talking about
We're
something
talking right now.
no, I am involved in this goddamn conversation.
Joel, look at me. Yeah.
Are we talking about something that you can dip anything into?
Arby's sauce, you can dip anything.
Arby's sauce, yeah, you could probably dip anything into, but
It's the second to ranch. It's the second most used sauce. Well, mayonnaise is fuck.
I
Maybe
know.
it's
well, mayonnaise.
maybe
is
it's
in
ranch, mayo.
Mayonnaise is
Let's
a
go
base for
foursies.
sauces.
You can go foursies. You can go foursies because I would go ranch, Chick-fil-A, barbecue. No, ranch, Chick-fil-A, mayonnaise, barbecue.
Ranch,
Where's
Chick-fil-A,
Arby's?
mayonnaise, barbecue.
I don't fucking know this. Chick-fil-A is my Arby's, right? Where I go, you
It's
don't know
probably
Chick-fil-A
close to the
sauce is
same.
the fucking
Holy shit!
best,
Actually, they
dude.
have all their sauces are good.
It's like a yum
Oh,
yum
yeah.
sauce type of
Yeah.
thing, right? Like white
Okay,
kind of.
now
yeah.
go
So-
back to Coop.
Sorry, Coop.
Give him 20
Sorry,
minutes.
Coop.
Now the thing is, mayonnaise is the base for a lot of these sauces that you're talking
Very
about.
true. That's very true.
Because even
Yep.
like a Thousand Island sauce,
Yep.
that's got the McDonald's special
sure
sauce, which is pretty
Chick-fil-A-
much fucking Thousand Island
If you
dressing.
need to
Basically
explain
it.
this much
It's
shit
got
to
a
say your
mayonnaise.
list of 4, then
This is why we do this show. The show, Joel.
Calm down.
This is why we
Just
do the
say
show.
The 4
Okay,
and
but-
then
Because
explain
it's
after.
information
Can you
time.
say
We
your 4?
do need to get to John Lennon. So if I just
you
go
say-
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
what is it?
It would be ranch, honey mustard, barbecue sauce.
And 4?
Hollandaise sauce.
Mayonnaise, bro.
Mayonnaise,
You left.
yeah,
man.
mayonnaise would be number 4.
We are a mayonnaise fucking group here.
That's true. I love mayonnaise.
Right?
Look at the skin tone. Of course, it's mayonnaise.
Exactly right.
We can relate to it.
If you were to ask me my last meal, right? It would be like bologna, mayonnaise, white bread.
Wait, I have to give a shout out to a sauce. I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
I had it when I was in Istanbul. I called it
Brag.
I called it magical tomato sauce.
Is it like a ketchup?
It's a Czech
about to say
Czech
a
sauce
tahini.
that was brought from the Czech Republic to Istanbul and given to me, and I had it, and it was so good. I've never had a flavor like that.
So it has nothing to do with turkey.
No, but
I
I
mean,
just,
turkey, the country.
But that's where I had it. So that's how I relate to it. But it was tomato sauce, but it wasn't at all. That was the closest thing I could compare it to.
Right.
Did it have
But tomato
tomatoes in
sauce
it?
is gross. I don't care about tomato sauce.
Well,
Well,
what
it's
about
good.
ketchup?
Now we're getting into some
Ketchup
dangerous
was not
territory.
on anybody's list, just so we know. So I thought that I could share this.
It wasn't.
This is
But
like
tomato
if
sauce is not gross.
I don't mean it's gross, but it's not on your.
It's
not
not
in
a
the top
sauce.
3. Yeah, this was like a sauce that you could put on anything. It had a tomato vibe.
Did it have tomatoes in it?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it
Was
had.
it like
it also had herbs and shit in it. I think it was
I mean,
kind of
ketchup does
spicy
too.
Yeah,
That's a little bit too cultured for me, though.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
I like
what I
to
thought,
keep
but
it
it was
real
good.
white and American.
it's not on the.
When you start talking about traveling all these places,
If it's 4, that'd be like the bonus 5.
Oh, okay,
It
okay,
didn't
that-
make the list, but it'd be like the.
Yeah.
Hey, in case you're trying to
Yeah.
go somewhere crazy,
Okay, well, mine would be a béarnaise or an au poivre.
Okay, well, now that we're getting into the
Okay,
Yeah,
now
into
that-
into the French cooking mother sauces.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
A good béarnaise sauce. That's the base of if anything wonderful. But hollandaise, if you're going to make a French sauce,
Same
hollandaise
diff, right? Same diff.
is the one to go with.
All right,
But you
well,
can only put hollandaise on a
What
certain
was the
amount of
sauce
things.
that was on that steaky mushroom thing that you made the other day? That was good.
No, that was just a mushroom pan sauce.
That was good though.
a la, kind of more like an au poivre than a béarnaise, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, you're right, because there
Yeah.
wasn't any cream in it. Well,
Right.
there was sour cream in it, but it wasn't. There was no roux.
We forgot about sour
incorporated
cream.
into it.
Sour cream.
But that's not a sauce.
Oh, that's
Now we're getting
what do
into
you call that?
condiments,
That's
and
a
I
dip.
just that's a condiment type of thing, right?
Would you? Is that a dip?
Well, I picture condiments as being. This is a history show, so this
No one's
fits
listening
in.
anymore, you
Oh
guys.
no, everybody tuned out at this point. So it's
Okay,
fine.
so
can talk
we
about
can
whatever
just
we want.
kind of, as usual, talk about whatevs because no one's fucking listening anymore.
No, we need to
The
know.
people that were into John Lennon are like, these fucking idiots.
No,
We're
right
at
now
least
they
an hour
all
and a
have
half
the
into the
different
show.
sauces and they're trying them.
Yeah, and they're going, what is my for, right?
Yeah,
What's
no, they're
my for?
fully engaged.
Well,
I
just
think that's true. No,
just
you're
to
right.
put it in perspective, one of the episodes that we had that generated the most controversy and conversation was when we were discussing the way that people wipe their asses. Because they're so really, you can get into anything and it'll generate conversation among
Wait, did you
listeners.
know
true.
about this?
That there's different ways?
Some people stand up when they wipe their ass. Over half.
Well,
Or
you're
less than half. Wait,
you're-
I can't remember.
No, it's pretty much half and half. You're saying that like Jessie is one of the people that wipes her ass sitting down. You have no idea. People don't discuss
I
this. on
go-
She's a
daily
sitter.
basis.
I'm a sitter, one, and then I go twosie standing up.
You
Because I
do
like
both.
to get it all out. I like to be clean, folks. Do you know what I mean?
You check with a mirror.
No.
You stand
I
up
just
and
go a onesie. And then
Stand
for
up.
good measure, right?
Ah, yeah. So
Because I don't.
I stand
my
up and wipe if I'm
biggest-
in a public restroom and it looks
biggest
gross.
fear is like, biggest fear is like having anything. Like I want to be totally.
if anybody's watching me, I'll stand up to wipe just to give a good show. But if I'm by myself, I'm just going to stay sitting down.
You guys, and it was a great tangent, and I loved every second of it. Right?
No,
Oh.
No, you didn't.
no, that was fucking horrible.
Oh my God, I loved it. I love that I asked you for, and it turned into a whole. You could have written an essay, Coop.
He does. There's an
I
essay
did.
about
This-
John
this
Lennon
was
on the
this was
fucking
a
table.
40-page document that I condensed down into 6 pages because I was like, okay, we're
About
definitely-
what sauces he likes.
Definitely.
And I
not.
love it. And even
But I
though
only
he
did 2
says
pages
shit
about
like-
John Lennon.
I'm just like waiting to hear the fucking shit the way that you write it.
Well, here
Sorry
we
if
go
a
then.
compliment makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah,
but you're
see how
fucking
you
good
got
at
all
this
weird.
shit,
No,
man.
well, see, that's
Posture
the thing.
changed.
I act
No.
like I'm uncomfortable, but I fucking
but you
thrive off of that shit.
but you keep going. Yeah, exactly
It's like,
right.
no, stop.
Can you do a
Don't-
recap?
no,
Because I don't remember anything we talked about.
so,
Yeah, so say before this nonsense bullshit that Jessie brought up happened, what were we talking about?
so
We
what-
should. I should. So skip. I'm gonna cut this into before the rant. Skip 20 minutes if you'd like to hear about John Lennon.
yeah. If you want to know anything about John Lennon, go ahead and skip
Yeah.
20 minutes forward, and then we're going to get back.
if
into
you
the
want
story.
to hear about, who
If
knows
you want to
that
hear
we-
about,
If you wanna hear about
your favorite
fucking-
sauce and how different people wipe their asses, buckle up. 'Cause
just
we're going
keep
for a ride.
keep it rolling.
I'm gonna pull that into the front. I think I am.
You have to.
Yeah, that's a
You
good. That's a
probably
worthy
should.
edit. Yeah.
So where we left off is we were talking about John Lennon being a horrible father after having a horrible father. After Julian Lennon was born, he didn't show up for 3 days.
Okay,
And
that's
then
right.
he stuck around for about 20 days
It's like fuck you and your laugh.
and then just split. That was actually later in Julian's life. In John's defense, he waited until Julian was old enough to understand English
enough to
before he
laugh.
told him to
Yeah,
go
exactly.
fuck
Old
himself
enough
for
to have
laughing.
joy.
Yeah.
In order for him to squash
Before
it. Yeah,
he took
sure,
it away.
sure.
He
sure,
let
sure.
him he gave him he let him understand the light before he gave him the darkness, so he could
Beautiful.
understand just how fucking crushing that can be.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So God bless him for it.
Yes, absolutely.
In April of 1963, John left for a 12-day trip to Barcelona with Brian Epstein. Rumors were spreading that he and his manager were having a romantic affair.
On an island.
which led, well, that was Caesar, that Barcelona's not an island.
Wait, that John Lennon was?
Brian Epstein and John Lennon were having an affair?
Yeah.
Yeah, those were the rumors.
Really?
But do not say that to John's face. Well, I mean, he's dead now, so you can say whatever the fuck you want. But
They were
when he was
banging?
alive,
What do you think, Coop?
theoretically,
Professional
Maybe on
opinion.
accident.
no,
Drugs, holes a hole.
John Lennon.
Drugs. He's got a nice ass.
So
It
I
happens.
think so. Brian Epstein was openly homosexual during a time where it was really fucking
Okay.
dangerous to be.
Oh, they
open
fucked for
about
sure
it.
then.
Okay.
No, John Lennon was a self-hating bisexual. He was okay with. This is my personal opinion.
Okay.
There isn't exactly any. John Lennon never said this himself. Well,
an objective
actually,
truth.
he kind of. No, this
Kind
is a
of did.
subjective truth.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, sure you did.
We know things too, Coop.
Yeah, man, you're not the
So,
only.
you're not the
smart
only
Sure
one.
you do.
You're not the only one that knows words and things. Okay. Fascinated by this. So,
Yeah,
So
this
I
is it.
think-
now we're getting into something.
So I think that John Lennon was bisexual, or at the very least bi-curious, which I don't know if there's exactly.
You can relate to that, so that's why you know.
Well, but see, that's what confuses me is because, like, I'm sure. I don't know how you can just be curious.
yeah, that's right. Either you
so
know
I-
or you don't know. Yeah.
It's like, well, I think I could be wrong, but I think that bi-curious is just somebody who isn't comfortable with trying
New things.
playing the other side of the field.
Sure.
I think that John Lennon was bisexual.
Wait, what do you mean? Like you can suck my dick, but I'm not going to suck yours.
No, I mean, like,
No, I'm going to suck your dick, but I'm going to feel bad about it.
yeah.
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 You know?
No.
Or I'm just going to think about it
I'm going to think about
and
it,
never act on it.
and I'm going to rub one out to it,
Right.
but I'm not going to do it
And that's
in
by
real life.
curious.
That's bi-curious.
Right.
I'm curious to know
Where,
what
like, you
it's like to
can't
have a
pull
dick
the
in my
trigger
mouth.
on it.
Well, what if I would let you suck my dick, but there's no way I would suck yours? What does that make me?
Oh, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just
Well,
a
that's how the
dude.
Romans did it.
Just a normal dude.
The Romans
dude,
didn't
yeah.
the Romans didn't the Romans didn't look down on homosexuality unless you were the one being penetrated. If you
That's
were the
what
one
I think
being
Lennon was like.
penetrated.
That's why I was saying that.
Yeah,
Like Lennon
no,
would
that-
get his
Yeah,
dick
yeah.
sucked by a dude, but he's not going to suck a dick.
That's right.
Yeah, well, I
Right?
think that
I
he
would think-
was still uncomfortable enough where he's like, "Oh, I'm not going to let a dude suck my dick." 'cause
Well, he's
I'm
like,
a
put
tough
this
guy."
wig on and
But yeah, put this
wear a
wig on
dress.
and I'll fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
put a dress on and we
I
can
mean, I
talk.
don't know why.
Turn off all the lights, all of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why in that example John Lennon had a southern accent, but
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
y'all doing?
All of a sudden, hey,
Yeah,
I'm
gonna-
John Lennon.
I ain't
Yeah.
gonna let a guy fuck
don't
me, but I'll
believe
fuck
you.
a dude.
Yeah. For some reason, I don't believe you're actually John Lennon. Not really sure why.
Oh no, I'm John
Oh,
Lennon.
no,
you just
it's
need to go
me,
back and listen to more of these
John.
albums.
Yeah.
More of his albums.
Carry on.
So-
Carry on.
So John Lennon took a 12-day trip to Barcelona with Brian Epstein, and this was during a period where
Private
people
together.
were, left Cynthia behind because Cynthia's just
got
going to
to.
cock block him.
You got
I mean, let's
to.
be frank. Your wife is definitely going to cock block you
know.
if she's around.
I
We've
know.
all been there before.
Wives will do sometimes.
Fucking women.
If you don't train them, you know what I mean? They're going to keep doing it.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
frankly,
yeah. They're going
there's-
to keep cock blocking you if you don't fucking train those bitches.
You got to set an example,
It's true.
and this is how you set an example.
Right. And then after that, all you have to say is 1, 2, 3. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to actually hit, right?
Jesse, I
Chess
do.
move.
yeah. And then it's all, the work has already been done.
I do not know another woman that's more misogynistic than a man.
I know it's really bad, isn't it?
No, it's fucking amazing. It makes me feel so much better about the way I feel because I'm like, yeah, at least I'm not as bad as Jesse.
I know, right? You know, the most misogynistic person I know is a woman. Yeah, exactly.
So sue me. You know,
exactly.
I'm not as bad as her. What? You
I'm just
fucking
a,
sexist?
I'm just a realist, you know.
Yeah.
Women hate
Just-
each other.
You're just being realistic.
Men hate women. Just the way it fucking goes, right?
There's no reason to change it. It's got us this far with humanity.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
They're taking our they're taking our land. Yeah. Don't
women are
change
taking
it.
our
yeah,
jobs.
exactly. Taking our jobs.
Goddamn Rosie the Riveter.
We're
Rumors
never
were
going to
spreading.
get through
I
this.
know. It's
No, we actually
It's
don't
okay,
have
we're-
that. We don't have
part
that much
two
to
is
go
4
through.
hours.
We're doing we're doing better tonight than we did yesterday. I think.
okay, perfect.
I'm still
Makes
having
me
fun and I
feel-
got energy, so we're good.
Okay, good.
I don't care how you guys are feeling. We're going until this is done.
No, and you never care. That's okay.
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm glad that we made that clear.
I thought you were fighting that
No.
not caring thing. You're not a narcissist anymore.
No, I care about
Narcissistic.
myself. I don't care about other people. If I'm in a mood where it's like, okay, I feel good, I don't give a shit how you guys feel. If I feel bad, then everybody needs to feel bad. I'm a solipsist. Anything outside of myself
I like that.
doesn't
'cause I'm
exist.
kind of like that too.
Right?
Don't you dare
See,
fucking be sunny when I'm raining.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't want to see the sun.
Jesse,
ahead.
you were
That
my favorite
goddamn
modern day
sun.
philosopher.
Thank you.
Get that sun the fuck out of my
From
face.
you. That's
It's
a
nighttime in here
compliment.
right now.
Exactly. Be fucking poking your son through here. Go ahead.
Rumors were spreading that he and his manager were having a romantic affair, which led Lennon to nearly beating a club DJ to death. After DJ
Shit.
Bob Wooler suggested that the two were lovers, Lennon attacked him. In his own words,
He defended his man.
well, no, he was defending himself. He
Exactly.
never gave a shit that Brian Epstein might be sensitive about being called a bunch
I'm
of
sure.
slurs.
Because that's pretty much on brand for John Lennon.
Oh
right?
yeah, he
I care about no one but
John Lennon-
myself.
So-
This is the first I've heard that he fought a dude.
Yeah, that's true.
So
no. Well, okay, that's something that I left out earlier. Is after his mom died, he got very, very violent, and he spent a lot of time just getting
Bar
in
fights?
fights all
Getting
the
in
time.
bar fights.
with
and
men.
I mean, mostly.
Yeah, well, like I was saying in that interview, that he said, I hit men, I hit women, I just don't know how to deal with my anger. Whoever's fucking around me.
Yeah,
He mostly hit women. But
because the
What's the
biggest
percentage?
Beatles fans were women, so the people that
That
were
was just
available
around,
were women,
right?
And honestly,
Not his fault. That's just what was close to
Exactly.
him.
well, also he kind of knows he's John Lennon. He's not going to be winning that many fights against men.
yeah, exactly. Little bike here.
How tall is he?
Negative 6 feet at this point.
Blammo.
But how tall?
That's
was
a-
Burn, John Lennon.
That's a
Fuck
blam.
you.
That was a
he?
sick
Looks
burn.
tall. Was he tall?
I think he looks tall, but is not.
Maybe just because he was real skinny. I actually,
You
that's a
talking
good
about
question.
look-
I have
mean,
no
look
idea
at
how tall he was.
That makes a big difference on what's going on. Like if he's shorter than the girls he's whooping, then that's really funny.
That's true, right? Punching up.
Yeah, slapping upwards.
Punching
What a
up.
pussy, dude. But if he's tall, then that's just fucking mean.
Well, I mean, look at me. I'm tall. Do you think that I really stand that much of a chance against any woman?
They don't know that.
Oh, yeah, shit. I just gave my secret away.
Damn it.
So, in his own words, this is John Lennon's own words talking about beating the shit out of a club DJ. Quote, he called me a queer, so I battered his bloody ribs in. Okay, so once again, Joel, be careful about how you edit this, please, because these are John Lennon's
5'10".
words. 5'10"?
was
Which internet, but by the way, internet 5'10", we know is what?
5'6",
5'8".
5'8".
Oh, it's 5'8",
Yeah.
only 2 inches shorter?
If you're 5'11", you're 5'9". And if you're 5'10", that means you're 5'8". Real life.
Oh, okay, so that makes sense because if somebody says that they're, well, mainly men, if they say they're 6 feet tall, probably about 5'10".
5'10".
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right.
I'm 6'3", by the way, ladies.
So he's
yeah.
6 foot. Wait, is that a
No,
real
I
6'3"?
actually am 6'3".
Oh, okay. Go
John
ahead.
was 5'8".
Yeah, John Lennon. Yeah, it's probably
5'8". So
Little bitch.
he had some issues.
Willow.
Willow's
Yeah, he's basically
Willow's
Willow.
Like 4'8".
Yeah.
Or 3'8".
So like I said, Joel, please be careful about how you edit this because these are John Lennon's words that I'm about to say.
Right. Don't make it just...
I'll pull a clip of this.
John Lennon said this.
You should
quote,
probably do an accent or something.
I'm fucking terrible at accents. Jesse, you good at a... I mean, you were doing a pretty
he
good
sh-
accent
she
earlier.
should
At
do
an
the quote.
English accent?
Yeah, let's have her do the
Let's see
quote.
what we got.
Hang on.
If she does the quote,
Then
if
at
it's with-
least...
like it's if it's in an accent, you know that you're like it's someone else talking.
Right.
Well,
right.
and also
Safe.
she's a girl, so
Yeah,
it'll
yeah,
be
yeah.
okay.
Okay, is it that bad? Okay, in his own words.
I mean, it's not that... Well, okay.
You go ahead and
He,
if you
he
need a minute,
called
you
me
can
a
memorize.
queer, so I battered his bloody ribs in. I must have been frightened of the fag. Oh, God.
Right? Okay, see, that's why I didn't want to say it.
In me to get so angry. That's why I'm always on about peace, you see. It's the most violent people who go for peace and love. You just wanted me to say the F word.
I didn't want to say
Okay,
it
so
myself.
he said this, what, in an interview?
Yeah, he said in an interview later when addressing the fact
My
that he beat the
God.
shit out of
You sounded
What a
just like
time!
him.
What a time to be alive when you can actually say
You
shit
can
like
just-
this in an interview and
so
go
much-
about your life.
so much more freedom back there. Everything is so goddamn restricting now.
I
you
know.
Can't say
so you
things
can't
like that
even
on the
say
air.
that or the N word or anything that you want to say.
It's fucking
Just joking.
bullshit.
But
I don't see the F word in this.
I added it, but I was like you made me get in character. Do you know what I mean? So,
But
No,
see,
I
that's
saw
what I
it.
was
not
hoping
my
for.
fault.
The F
I
word was
knew
in there.
your
It was in
personality.
there.
I
It
knew your
was in
personality,
there.
and I knew that it was just going to come out at some point.
It obviously give me a character and I'll just go full.
That's a real quote from him.
Yeah, dude.
that's a real quote from him when he was addressing the situation where he beat the shit out of a club DJ for insinuating
that
that
the
he was
man that
homosexual.
he
him
went
and
to
Brian
Barcelona
Epstein
with or
were in a
whatever.
relationship. He leaves his wife behind to take a 12-day trip.
It
to
wasn't
Barcelona.
insinuating, it was catching.
Actually,
That's why he
yeah.
got so upset. He got caught.
Yeah. You got caught.
In 1964.
He admitted he was a violent piece of shit in that too, by the way.
Oh, he admitted that multiple times.
He admits it all the time. That's
And
the thing.
he's one of those people where he thinks that if you just admit it, you're absolved of your sins.
He was right.
But we
Yeah.
as like reporters, media, whatever, led him to believe that.
Well,
Right?
it worked.
Like there was never one time, I don't think, that people were like, "Hang on, is John Lennon like?" Do you know what I mean?
A piece of shit.
Ever
Yeah.
until it was like he was dead or whatever. Like I don't think in the moment.
Still people don't.
No,
Exactly
still.
right.
But okay, so I definitely have to say I do not agree with cancel culture. I don't think that you can hold people in the past to the same moral standards that
That's
you hold
true.
Yeah.
people to nowadays. So I'm not saying I think that John Lennon should be canceled,
Right.
but I feel like it's at least a little bit hypocritical or just being blind to a situation. You're telling me that there's not a bunch of fucking hardcore leftists out there listening to the Beatles going like, oh yeah, peace and love.
Yeah.
This guy, he was
a
homophobic and he was a
Exactly.
woman beater.
Yeah.
Yes.
And beat his wives.
And narcissist and fucking numerous other things.
And only made okay songs.
Oh yeah, Paul McCartney was a better songwriter.
Exactly.
I mean, honestly, I like some of George Harrison's songs better.
My favorite album is by Mr. Best. The Best of the Beatles.
The Best of the Beatles?
Yeah, great CD.
What's your favorite song off of that album, Joel?
3?
The one where he goes,
Track number 3.
fuck Paul. Yeah. That one was my
That one,
favorite. Yeah. Where he just like farts into the mic and says, fuck Paul. I love that one.
You know, I'm really glad that he didn't hold a grudge against Ringo. He was only talking shit about Paul and John.
Yeah, I know. Good for
Even
him.
though
I mean,
Ringo
he's
took a
targeting
spot.
the people that he needs to target, right?
loves
the people
Ringo.
that
He probably
fucked him
understood
over.
that everybody was talking shit about Ringo. He's like, it's already being taken care
He
of.
felt bad for him.
Yeah.
Jump on that bandwagon.
Everybody feels bad for Ringo. I mean, fuck
and
Ringo
nobody
also.
feels bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
At the very
nobody
at
really
the same
cares.
time, it's weird.
If he's not John, Paul, or George, nobody gives a shit.
No. They're like,
In 1964, the British invasion began. The Beatles made their first American appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show, officially marking the beginning of Beatlemania. By 1965, the fame and pressure of performing had become overwhelming for John. I added a "so" in there.
right.
But yeah, it wasn't
You
there.
get it.
Yeah, you guys know what's going
Oh,
on.
poor John.
You
It was
get
during
it.
this time that John discovered the wonders of LSD, which the way that he got
Found it in
introduced
America?
to acid. No, this was still over in over in
I wish we
England.
did one thing for him.
I know. No.
It'd be cool if he found out about it because of him.
No,
We invented it.
an American did something very big for him. Shot him 5 times.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
hell yeah.
Big for us, actually.
A Texan,
But yeah.
even. Mark David Chapman was from Texas.
Oh,
USA. What's up?
What's up?
During a dinner party at their dentist's house, of all places, the dentist spiked their coffee with LSD. Once the drugs started to kick in, George
Without
and
them
John-
knowing?
Yeah, without them even knowing.
How they used to do
they're-
it back in the day.
they're
MK
fucking
Ultra,
dentists?
whatever. Yeah.
Why were they hanging out with their dentist?
I know. Weird.
Nobody likes dentists.
Because
No.
it was a front.
I don't know
a
one.
drug dealer.
I don't
God.
know one
God
cool
damn it.
dentist. Do you?
Back in the day, dentists used to sell drugs because they're not real doctors
Well, I mean, back in the day, dentists used to be barbers.
and sell drugs. Barbers sold drugs too.
Right.
Come get your hair cut. And
If it's a good
some
barbershop,
LSD.
they do.
Yeah, exactly. Still
The
they do.
barbershops I go to, they're still so.
Yeah, they're still laughing gas to do
Also,
your
like-
hair. Yeah.
Oh, no, it hurts too much when I get my
please.
hair cut. I need something
Can
to
I
kill
get
the pain.
some of that? Yeah.
John Lennon's dentist sold LSD. Was a drug
I
No,
don't know
he
if he
just spiked
sold
it.
it. He
He
just like
spiked their
liked
coffee,
to
yeah.
party, and so
Oh, yeah.
invited them to a party.
dentist. That's what I think.
Spiked their coffee. Why are you drinking coffee at a party? But
That late at night, I mean, come on, that's pretty irresponsible for adults
Yeah.
to do. Like,
Yeah.
what are you?
How are you
going
gonna
to
sleep?
all night?
if I have any coffee past 2, I can't sleep all night.
Maybe-
What are you doing?
Maybe the dentist was pissed. Like, motherfucker's drinking coffee. It's bad for your teeth. It makes them brown.
No.
Here, put some fucking drugs in there. No, that'll teach them.
So it was round 2 of the coffee that he put the LSD in. Like, oh, I'm going to put these motherfuckers to sleep.
Yeah.
So the dentist was a square. He wasn't a partier.
Okay.
But why did he have acid in that situation? Still doesn't make sense.
Interesting.
There's something.
I'll work on this theory.
Yeah, there's something weird about this whole fucking story because who the fuck hangs out with the dentist?
Exactly.
And
That's the
what dentist
big
do you
hole
know
in
has
this
LSD?
story.
LSD, yeah.
It's the
Why
big
does a
hole
dentist
in this
have
story.
drugs?
Well, I mean, dentists have the highest suicide rate out of any medical professionals.
What?
And also, dentists, by the way, have prescribing capabilities for whatever, right? Because they're doing shit
Yeah,
that, like,
I think so.
depending on what you do.
I mean, they
it's
can
the
definitely
most,
prescribe.
like,
They can prescribe Vicodin, that's for sure.
Vicodin. I think if you can prescribe
Dentists
something,
are
you
the
can
origi-
provide.
like-
You can prescribe anything, right? So if you have
Yeah.
like, if you're able, a physician that has a pad, you can literally prescribe anything.
You can write anything on that motherfucker,
Exactly.
and you're going to get it.
If they give you that right to do that, you can write anything.
And I think dentists only have to go to school for like 6
I
months
think we
before
just-
they can become doctors.
I think
Shut
we just
up.
Crazy, no.
I think we just found out why he was partying with his dentist.
Yeah, because he was like,
Fuck me. You're right.
you got
the
a
dentist was their
script
drug
pad?
dealer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably right.
And back in the day, before dentists, it was cheese. Boom.
Oh, God damn it. So Joel,
Long story. We don't have to go into that.
We can't go into it.
Yeah.
We actually can't.
yeah.
Christopher Columbus's dad was a drug dealer.
No, he wasn't. He was a cheese dealer. And Joel
Same
thinks that he
diff.
was a drug dealer.
Same diff. Sorry.
Yeah, he was
I'm
a-
on this
God
side of the
damn it.
table.
John
too.
Lennon-
There's nothing
I know.
can do.
There's
John
an invisible
Lennon-
line going through this
There's
table.
nothing I
that-
can do. I'm on this side of the table.
John
Yeah.
Lennon had
No, I-
coffee with his dentist.
Okay.
That
And
sounds
other
like
and other lies you're going to tell
John
us.
Lennon had coffee with his
No.
dentist,
Okay.
and Columbus's dad sold cheese.
Okay, go.
Okay, so anybody who wants to know the truth, you can just pay attention to this side of the table. If
Right.
you want to hear a whole bunch of fucking nonsense, then
Come on over here, bitches, right? You,
sup.
ignorant crew. We don't know shit.
Ignorance is bliss.
oh, it does make it a lot easier. Once the drugs started to kick in, George and John decided they wanted to go out and party at the Ad Lib Club. In the elevator leading up to the club, George and John became convinced the building was on fire, leading them to run screaming out of the elevator and run directly into Ringo and Mick Jagger. I thought that was interesting that they just decided that they were going to go out that night to this specific club, and this club was such hot shit that Ringo Starr is already there hanging out with Mick Jagger.
And Ringo Starr
Wait,
is
this is where they
already
did LSD?
Yeah,
the main
the
thing
first time
is
they were on
Ringo
LSD.
Starr.
Was
Before
banging
he
Mick
was
Jagger.
in, is this before he was in the Beatles?
No, this was
in-
shortly after he was in the Beatles.
Okay, so then Mick Jagger's like, oh, heard of the Beatles, whatever, and
No,
then they,
it's
okay,
charity.
okay,
Nobody
okay.
cares about Ringo. I might as well hang out with
Got
them
it,
and
got
make
it, got
them feel
it.
good. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they run into them. They're probably like, ooh, because when you're on acid,
Was
right?
Mick Jagger bisexual?
I think so. Yeah. So I think Mick
So maybe they were
Rumors
banging
about
too.
him and David Bowie.
and David Bowie
Yeah.
have been
So maybe he was
widely
banging
known.
Ringo.
I don't get a vibe
No?
from Ringo.
Not from
that he's-
Ringo.
I
Well,
know.
he was young and manipulative.
Which one?
Ringo. Well,
No.
Well,
manipulatable.
he was able to be. I think.
Malleable.
Yeah, I think Ringo just kind of went along with whatever was going on. I was like, oh, you want to
Yep.
fuck me?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Which hole?
Yeah.
I'm just happy somebody's paying attention to me for once.
Yeah. Not making fun of me.
Okay, now I wish you did the quote because that was an incredible
It
accent.
was very good, Ringo.
terrible.
It was like spot on Ringo.
Yeah, well, probably because I've been drinking.
So, but the other thing is like when you're on acid, mushrooms, whatever, and the most
From your
like
experience.
from my experience only, the most normal thing of like running into a friend can turn into like, fucking are you right? So it's like the hottest club that everybody goes to. They decided to go, and then oh my god, right? They're there, and it's like it's the one club that everybody goes to. Not too weird that we ran into you guys, but anyway, so they ran into him.
Fucked
So
up.
And they were just like, oh, you're saving me. Remember that? When you're like on mushrooms and you see someone you know.
oh, thank God.
Yes, touchstone.
It's a life preserver in
Yes,
the middle of
exactly.
a turbulent ocean.
Exactly.
And then there's Mick Jagger there.
Sure.
He was already halfway inside you.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Mick Jagger was at least like 2 knuckles deep
But
in
I
any
don't
person
think
he
he
was
makes
within
any
arm's
bones
reach
about
of.
it. Like, I think he has never denied or confirmed, or he's
Yeah.
just sort of like, whatever, dude.
He's
I
okay,
do
so
think that he was more, and Bowie was more like, so fucking what, dude?
Yeah, they just seem like David Bowie especially seems like just
Yes.
such a free spirit where he's like, yeah, whatever, let's fucking do this.
Gender
Whatever's fun.
bending,
He's
fucking
not gonna
drug.
outright come out and say it. He's like, why does anybody need to hear it from me? Let me just
Exactly.
do my thing,
He doesn't
which
choose
is
sides.
Mick Jagger.
I love it.
He doesn't need to choose a side. He's just free all around.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to come out to his grandpa at Thanksgiving. Do you know what I mean? Let his grandpa know what gets his dick hard. Doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he fucking got enough
Just
of
eat
hearing
some
that from his
fucking
grandpa. It's like,
just
Grandpa, I don't
eat
need
your
to hear that
fucking
shit.
turkey. Let grandpa think that you whatever. And get over it, dude.
What I put my penis in is my own decision. And it's my own business. Nobody else needs to know about it.
Grandpa,
It doesn't
for
matter to
sure,
me.
grandpa doesn't need to know, right?
Doesn't
For
matter
the
to you.
most, the people that you're interested in maybe need to know. But
I
we don't
mean,
need to sit them
in
down.
some situations, they need to know if you're going to
Yeah.
penetrate them, but why is it their business?
That's true,
Let me just
too.
do my fucking thing.
That's true, too.
You know what I'm saying, Joel.
Go ahead and just keep reading.
You took it too far, Coop.
After his first experience with LSD, John was in love. He began taking acid on a daily basis, which had the positive effect of making him a slightly less abusive asshole. As his wife Cynthia put it, quote, it was like living with
voice, do
somebody... I don't...
Please, we've been drinking enough. Come on.
It was like living with somebody who had just... I can't...
You know, that was
If you-
beautiful.
No,
Come
perfect.
on.
It was great.
It was like living with somebody who had just discovered religion. Tensions, bigotry, and bad temper were replaced by understanding and love.
That was good. That was Cynthia.
she's sweet.
100%. That was
I-
Cynthia.
Yeah, now I love her.
Really, I was
No.
thinking more of it was like a Michael Caine after he had a stroke.
Michael Caine.
That sounded good.
Thanks.
By 1966, Beatlemania had begun to take its toll on the group. At times, the sound of the screaming audience was so loud during their live appearances, the band couldn't even hear their own instruments. John would later say, Beatles concerts are nothing to do with music anymore. They're just bloody tribal rights.
I heard on I've seen like Beatles documentaries, you know, a bunch of them. There was one quote that makes me fucking laugh every time where they were talking about either the Ed Sullivan or other appearances in America when the Beatles were like actually big. And they were like, it was this British guy being like, and the floor was ran like a river with women's pee. And it was like, I know. 'Cause it was like people, what he was saying, it was like so serious. It was like a BBC doc, but what he was saying, it was like this really long way around of saying like women were so excited that they were just fucking peeing on the ground. But it was like this very serious, like long poetic way of being like, and the floor ran, you know what I mean?
Yellow
Yeah.
with the love.
And the water began to puddle around the feet of women, you know, and you're like, holy shit.
Which obviously any juice coming from a woman's vagina is urine.
Is obviously urine, right? I don't know any other substance that would, yeah. But he was trying to say
Where's my mask?
the craziness of
Oh, you can deal with it, Joel.
you can deal with it. You're fine. That's the last.
You left your
that's
mask
the
at home
last.
anyways,
I'm
right there.
talking about prolapse in 1 second, but that was their way because they have no other way of describing how fucking crazy it was. Honestly, at these concerts, right?
Except the floor running with women's pee.
right, and like
I mean, that's the way I would describe it too.
I mean, that
How
makes
else
it,
are you going
But
to
I
describe
think-
it?
I think we actually
Michael
don't
Jackson
understand how crazy it was. Like when you see these videos of these women fucking, I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, I think the closest modern example that there is
Michael
like
Jackson.
Well, no.
Oh,
I mean,
Lord.
Michael Jackson was peeing all over the floor about little boys. There wasn't really a whole bunch of girls peeing on the floor about him. It would be more like
They did, but it actually
NSYNC,
wasn't
Backstreet
as
Boys.
crazy. And they do, but it wasn't as insane. It's actually, like I said, this guy just didn't, there's no way, and he was there or whatever, but there was no way to describe how fucking crazy these girls get. And the screaming to the point where you can't hear the guitars.
You can't even
like,
hear the instruments.
That's insane.
It was so bad. Like the crowd was so loud at these Beatles concerts that people over in Tokyo were boycotting one of the Beatles concerts. And well, it didn't have anything to do with welcome Nacho.
Yeah.
It didn't have anything to do with them being
face.
boycotted, but the audiences over in Tokyo, they had a different way of watching live performances where they were being very respectful. So they weren't screaming; they were being very quiet
Love
during
that.
the performance.
Love that.
So it was a sign of respect.
It was a boring show.
I mean, I do want you to have a little bit of excitement, but I don't want you peeing on
at least
the
a
floor.
little. Yeah, don't make it about you. Make it about me. Stop making so much fucking noise.
Sure.
Throw your bras and panties at me.
This
pee
is
all
my
over the
time.
floor.
Yeah.
But fucking stay quiet.
Yeah.
At the very least.
But it's one of those things that it's like he comes by it honestly, right? As far as it's like God complex. I mean, the way that people treated them was actually insane, and we haven't seen anything to that degree since.
Yeah, it was
There's people that
groundbreaking.
love bands and they go crazy for them, whatever. But when you say Beatlemania, like it is something that was
Okay.
very unique
It was
to
a
that.
psychological
to
phenomenon.
that exactly.
There is something very, very close, maybe better.
Tell me.
Hulkamania.
That's very true.
Hulkamania was crazy, but
I
it was
wanna
kids
be
instead
a
of
Hulkamaniac. Fun with
for
my
my
family
family
and
and
friends.
friends.
Yep.
the kids were as crazy as the women.
The kids.
for Hulk.
But they weren't
kids.
fucking Hulk
They
Hogan.
were peeing just as much as those
Well, they were
ladies.
peeing, but it
You
was
think
for
so?
more innocent
Probably.
reasons.
Yes.
Unless they really did want to fuck Hulk.
No, it wasn't sexual. They,
Okay.
what the?
What is
I was
happening?
asking. That was a.
He was just asking. He was asking
Yeah.
a question. You're the expert in this field,
You're
and he's
obviously
asking
the
you
wrestling
questions.
expert.
I think it's important to at least give them that. As much as I fucking hate them, like has not been like that
There,
fucking since.
there
and
was
the
Beatlemania,
access that
and
they
it was
actually
almost
had
as good
to
as
them,
Hulkamania.
right? Where they could like go jump on the fucking cars and the thing, and like not a bunch of security until the end, right?
Yeah.
That it was insane.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it. Really, modern day boy bands are. I mean, not even modern day anymore. Like maybe One Direction, but
In Sync.
That's right, but you know that they
it's
have
not even to that degree. We've already been down that road. Like that was the first time something like that happened. I mean, maybe
Yes.
Elvis.
Elvis could.
Well, no, that's
Elvis
around
could hold.
that's
hold
around
a
the same
flame to
time.
him.
Elvis was a little bit
It was-
earlier, right?
I think so.
I think so.
Was it before or after? Oh Lord.
Pretty sure it was before.
It had to be
It's
before,
before.
right?
It's gotta be.
So that would be one of the first.
So it's
well,
Elvis.
actually, no.
Elvis,
Paganini.
Beatles, Hulkamania.
So this has actually happened to old school composers like Paganini.
Mozart.
Well, I think maybe Mozart to a certain degree.
He got
But-
so much pussy, dude. No doubt.
Oh yeah, I mean,
And he
probably.
never took his wig off ever.
Well, he couldn't. That was his only
As
hair.
teenagers, the Beatles, especially John Lennon, were strongly influenced by Elvis Presley.
Okay, so yeah, Elvis was first.
Yeah.
But even back in the day of the classical composers, people like Paganini, they were mobbed by women, but it wasn't televised. It wasn't
Right.
It wasn't as widespread. It was a little bit more.
And
concentrated.
as a culture, as a society, whatever, we weren't as open about that
Yeah,
type of stuff, right? Or whatever. So it was the band meeting the moment, man meeting you know what I mean? Of like that was
Perfect timing.
That was it.
yeah. It was a perfect storm of
Like Hulkamania,
charming
yeah.
British men and
That felt accessible,
young
right?
women.
That felt like they weren't so rock star. It's almost like you felt like you knew them, that you could get them, right? They
Oh,
weren't
yeah.
all insanely good looking. They were just
Oh, I mean, Ringo especially. Jesus Christ.
Right?
Yeah, he looks like he was
Even
he has fetal
John
alcohol
or
syndrome or
Paul
something.
at that time. It was like, Paul, I guess, was like cute. And even my mom will be like, no, he was really good looking. And I'm like,
He is? None
but
of
he
them
looks
look
like the
that hot.
boy next door. He looks like some guy that you could actually meet and get. And that's the
I think George
So that makes
Harrison
him hotter.
was the best
Yes,
looking guy in
because
the band.
the what?
George Harrison, I think he was the best looking guy in the band. The other ones all looked
I
like
think
they
he was.
had something a little bit off, but that does make him more accessible. Makes him like a drummer.
Right, because then you think as girls, right? And they're so sweet and they're singing these love songs, like they're not the most attractive, so I maybe have a chance. And that's the perfect fucking don't.
Not that attractive.
that's-
Maybe I have a chance.
Not with that mustache.
Oh,
The
well,
mustache
yeah.
is actually doing it.
A little too intimidating. If I shave it, then I'm just fucking ugly, though.
Quit it.
That's a
Carry
fact.
on. Let's talk about this asshole.
By 1966, wait, I already, yeah. In March of 1966, John Lennon made a comment during an interview that would have far bigger repercussions than he could ever imagine. While being interviewed by Maureen Cleave, who he later had sex with, by the way, or it might have been like just right after this
Yeah,
interview.
exactly. Not later.
For a segment called How Does a Beatle Live? Lennon said, quote, Christianity will go. It will vanish and shrink. I needn't argue about that. I'm right, and I'll be proved right. We're more popular than Jesus now. That's the most accurate John Lennon accent that I've done so far in the show.
No, it's spot on.
Exactly how he talked.
Yeah,
Go back and listen to the earlier interviews.
Yeah.
Fucking
They kind of
spot on.
embellish, like they change it or something to make it
Yeah,
more British.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think that it's like you watch a movie like Gladiator, or maybe not Gladiator, but you watch a movie about Julius Caesar or any of the ancient Romans. They always give them a British accent. It's just all embellishment. They sounded like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Unbeknownst
deep
to Lennon,
fake.
his comments about Jesus were heard by an 11-year-old boy named Mark David Chapman. Up to that point, Chapman had been a diehard Beatles fan. After that, he just wanted Lennon to die.
Because he was super Christian, right?
Oh, yeah. He was a
Okay.
very devout Christian. And he was a very big Beatles fan. Like, he idolized the Beatles. And then when John Lennon said that, he was like,
Wait a minute.
why would he say something like that?
He's
He was 11 years old when he heard that comment, and he held that grudge until he was an adult and
Put him
shot
down.
John Lennon 5 times out in front of his apartment. Spoiler alert, by the way. John
I
Lennon
know.
was shot by Mark David Chapman.
Sorry, guys.
Love this guy.
Yeah, I really ruined the ending,
He's a hero.
ending of the story. God bless him.
He's a hero.
We should do a bonus episode on this guy.
On Mark David Chapman?
Yeah.
Yeah, last podcast on the left already did it, and they
Yeah,
did
and
a
it's not-
really good job.
Oh.
Yeah. There's not much. It's like he's
Yeah, I mean, if
a cuckoo bird.
if you want to see somebody do a really good job with Mark David Chapman, watch the Jared Leto movie. Oh, fucking brilliant. No, actually, Jared Leto was fucking terrible. Have you?
Wait, what movie was it?
I
Wait, they
think
made a movie
it was
about
called. I don't remember the name. It was like called Chapter 13 or something like that.
And it was about him?
Jared Leto actually
The Joker?
gained the bad Joker. He gained a shitload of weight to play Mark David Chapman, and it was like this was going to be his vehicle to launch him into being one of the Oscar-winning actors.
Chapter 27.
Chapter 27, that's what it is.
Wait,
Yeah, it
that's
was-
Jared Leto?
The
right there?
problem
Bad
is
suit, dude.
No, he actually gained
he
the
does
weight.
the most. The problem is that Jared Leto is one of the worst actors of our time.
He's-
And he really
not of all
has,
time.
if not of all time,
Is he the one in
and-
Dallas Buyers Club?
yeah,
Okay, that's the only movie I liked him in.
I know. And he was
And
good.
he did good. Even
And
a bad
Fight Club.
actor can nail it once in a while.
Well, he was
Fight
good
Club.
in Fight Club
But
because
he didn't-
he
he
got
only
his
had 2
fucking
scenes.
face beat in.
Yeah, and he just needed to be an eccentric fucking weirdo, which he is.
Yeah, he was pretty much playing himself.
He was playing himself in that. There's a couple things that I feel like in this world that a prank is being played on me, and it's just me, right? So it's BTS, right? That band. That's a big prank that is only being played on me.
What's BTS?
The Korean band that's like the Korean K-pop band that's huge.
I didn't realize you were a fan of K-pop.
I'm not.
What's
But
K-pop?
BTS
I don't
is
even
like
know who
this
BTS
huge,
is, so obviously you
this
must be a fan
huge
of
band
K-pop.
that's winning all of this shit out here. They're on Today. They're on.
Really?
Yes. Do you not
Oh,
know
I-
BTS?
No.
Okay,
No,
well,
I haven't
come
heard
up.
of him.
So that sushi,
BTS Mania?
sushi is a big prank that's being played only on me, and everyone else in the world is
Sushi?
in on it.
You're not a fan of sushi?
What in the fuck? Like, why are people
Wait,
are
is that a
actually
band?
eating raw fish
Oh, sushi, like the
and being like, ooh, I fucking crave it. And it's all just like a prank. Do you know what I mean? I'm being punked by everyone else in the world.
I like
Where they're like, sushi is good and everyone loves it. And I'm like, man, don't make me fucking fall for this shit.
there's specific
then-
types of sushi that I like.
You don't like sushi?
But
No.
if it tastes like fish, I don't like it. So I don't think that I actually like sushi. I like some of the sauces that you use sushi as a vehicle for.
Dragon
It's like
roll?
I don't like potatoes unless I'm dipping it in something.
Sure. The other prank is Jared Leto. That everyone's telling me he is a fucking amazing actor. They're giving him awards, and I go, "Am I insane? Like what is happening?"
I think Jared Leto's
it's everyone
insane.
being like, "Guys, let's be like Jared Leto is the best actor, and see if Jessie ever fucking like, do you know what I mean? Catches on to this." And I'm starting to catch on because I think he's the fucking worst.
Oh yeah, for sure. Did you know he's a cult leader now?
Of which cult?
Of a bunch of
Female
women.
cult,
yeah, like he's just leading this cult of women that
Is there a name, or is
I-
that going to
I
come
don't-
out later,
I
like a
don't think-
Nexium type thing?
I think that it's I don't think anybody involved with it realizes it's a cult because there's not actually a name for it.
It's just hanging with Jared.
Yeah, just hanging out in the desert with Jared and,
It's the
and
same
40
thing Leo
women.
does between movies.
No, now Leo is very blatant about being like, we're going on a yacht. You're going to give me a
It's
fucking
not a cult
blowjob,
when
and if
Leo
you don't
does
want to
it,
do
yeah.
that, don't come on
Don't
the
come
yacht.
on the yacht. If
And-
you don't want to go out into the middle of the Mediterranean and do a
Absolutely
bunch
right.
of coke and blow me, you
Yep.
can just stay here.
And I think he's very upfront about that.
Yeah,
so
he's
there's no
open about it.
cults.
It's the same thing, but Jared's a little private about it.
I think Jared is more cult-like, where it's like, hey,
Manipulative.
just
Yeah,
come
he
and
tells them
hang
all he
out.
loves
We're
them.
gonna do some meditation.
I love you.
We're gonna be blah blah blah, and then I'm not gonna let you sleep. I'm gonna, you know what I mean, like all the cult tactics, right? Sleep
Yeah.
deprivation and
Cutting him off from your family.
Yes,
With Leonardo DiCaprio,
isolation.
you can
Yeah.
go back and see your family if you want, if you don't feel like blowing him at that time.
Not once you're
yes,
out there.
yes.
Not
you
when
can.
you're on.
I will get you a dinghy, and the dinghy will take you all the way back to shore.
If you don't
And
want this
if
dinghy,
you
I'll give
don't
you another
want this
dinghy.
dinghy, I'll get you another dinghy. Cool.
Or take the chopper.
Killed it, nailed it. Yeah, but I think there is there's a difference between a fucking slut, a man slut that's like, this is what it is, girl, and you know that's what it is, as opposed to we're gonna have a spiritual awakening in the desert, and part of that awakening is my fucking penis wherever I want it, right? So, but after I've already like gotten you
fucking
so mixed up that
Yeah.
I'm able to put the penis wherever.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the difference.
The difference between a playboy and a cult leader
Sure.
is the
Really a fine line. But
It-
yeah,
it-
yeah.
yeah, it's a very fine line. But if you're a playboy, you're being more upfront about it.
Yes.
It's like, hey, come hang out with me. I'm going to ruin your life, but it's going to be fun. Like what Dan Bilzerian tells women. It's like,
Right. It's sort of like, you know what's up.
which, I mean, Dan
Well,
Bilzerian
Dan
is still a
doesn't
piece
tell
of
them
shit.
anything. He just pays them all.
Okay,
It's
well,
it's transactional, right?
yeah.
But with Leo, it's more like the
Come have some
transaction
fun.
is you were on a yacht with Leonardo DiCaprio and he starfished because I heard that he starfishes.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
It means that he literally just lays there.
No way.
Yeah. I've heard like numerous stories, which is not like, it's not a Me Too thing. It's like they were already there. They were doing it. Leo just wasn't participating at all. I think there was one story of him like checking email or on his phone. Just very much like,
During?
I'm Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't need to do anything. I'm the equivalent of the hottest fucking girl that's always been hot and doesn't have to do anything and lays there.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the equivalent of that. Like he's never had to like thrust, right? He's never had to like,
I love
you know what I
Leonardo
mean? Turn a
DiCaprio.
girl around or whatever. He just is, and he will
That's called
get
the
whatever.
starfish.
That's the hot guy starfish.
I've heard that that's how Hugh Hefner was also, is that he would just...
Same though,
more
right?
towards the end of his life where it's like, look...
Well, it wasn't by choice at that.
Yeah, at that
Well,
point,
okay,
he's
yeah.
literally a human
like,
dildo
I
because he's like
can't move.
taking the whatever he needs to take, and now he's just like,
right,
a
just,
blow up doll, right?
If I move
He's
too much, I'm
asleep.
going to have a heart
He's
attack. So
asleep.
just do your thing.
Right. He's like, I'm gonna go to
It
to
just
sleep.
hurts the whole time. too.
This
He's like,
will still be yeah. This is still gonna be hard. Do whatever you want to do, right?
And then you get to say you had sex with Hugh Hefner.
Exactly.
And
Or
you get to live in the
Leonardo
mansion.
DiCaprio. Like, and there's never been actual like Me Too about him. There's only been like blind item stories about like, he's just not that
He's a
good.
starfish.
But they were there because they wanted to have sex with him. They wanted a good story of crazy sex with Leonardo DiCaprio. The only problem with it was
he's not into it.
yes,
Fucking bored.
yes, exactly. So there was no like he forced me to. He's not forcing anybody to
He's
do anything.
asleep.
He's literally
he's
laying there.
sleeping or
he's literally
checking his
it's
email.
the opposite of forcing, right? He's literally laying there going, "If you want to, do you know what I mean? And
It's
if
here.
you don't, I'm gonna go to bed." Right?
Yeah.
So you can't get anything on Leo
God bless him.
except for that. I can't imagine that being
Except that he's
fun
called
in
a
any
star.
Well,
way.
I mean,
Starfish.
at that point, like, why do it? I mean, for him.
Well, you just
Because why wouldn't you?
are you kidding?
Like
I mean,
if you
that sounds
literally
awesome.
don't have to do anything,
But
and
if
you're
it-
like,
if
you're
it's
gonna
so-
do everything to me.
If it's so boring that you're sitting there checking your email and your
Just
text
in the
messages,
beginning
boring.
part.
It's not boring.
Just in the beginning
like-
part where
he's
you're
like,
getting
I'm gonna-
into it. And
I'm gonna
once he's
check
like-
my phone.
say, okay, let me finish reading this email and then we'll actually
when
get
we're
going.
really,
Just
when I'm really
talk amongst yourselves.
exactly when I'm really into it. I mean, I think that was probably just in like get it started kind of phase.
He was watching a porn.
Get it started. I'm
was
gonna
watching a
fucking
porn
do
on his
some
phone.
emails. We're gonna slowly, you know what I mean?
You know, we'll work our way into it, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, you got to put some fucking work
That
into it.
or
'cause I've
that
done
was
this a million
his
times.
effort with the girl, right?
That's
Where
his
it's like
foreplay.
he was like to the point where it's like, all right, well, let's see. Like this is
he's
her
pushing
time.
the opposite direction. He's like, how
This is
fucking
her
shitty can I
time,
be?
and so he's just not into her time stuff. So it's
Oh.
like,
You get yourself started, and once this gets
Sure, and
interesting,
then
I'll
I'll-
join in.
let me know when it's my time. You know what I mean? But I love that about him. I have to say, it's like whatever.
I mean, the fact that he hasn't
You've
gotten
been
Me
Leo.
Too'd yet, that's pretty
That's-
respectable for the amount of women that he's definitely plowed.
He's definitely
Does he
plowed,
have
but
a
by
bunch
the
of
way,
kids?
he doesn't plow. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, he just
he didn't
So
just
like,
sits there.
you can't get Me Too'd if you don't force yourself
He's
on
a starfish.
anyone.
If you're just laying back with an erection,
I
Hey,
bet you he's
what
not even
happens
erect
isn't-
half the time.
it's not my fault.
He's
And
not
I-
erect. He's not erect at least half the time.
I
The girl
bet.
takes it, shoves it in, and the balls. Just shoves it all
I
in.
bet. Yeah. Or just the balls. He's like,
Yeah, or just
okay.
the balls.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Whatever
Or-
you want to do.
Yeah, if there's two of them, he puts the balls in one and the penis in the other.
I think it must be weird, right? Because he's been sex symbol, but mysterious sex symbol since he's like 16, 17.
Yeah.
Since
Yeah,
What's He Eating Gilbert Grape? That was when I first got turned on.
Yeah,
by him.
when he was at, well, shut up. Yeah,
That
I had a
is his
crush on him.
sexiest
I had
role.
a crush on him then too, just in that role.
They
But no,
both-
when
he
he was
walked
at the
just like
Oscars,
Willow.
when he was in the at the Oscars in that year, you're like, this is a fucking 16-year-old boy, and I'm like, that's hot, right?
What was the movie? Romeo and Juliet?
Oh well, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that was like
That was hot.
That was
Yeah.
when, and he was still very young, but that was when you're like, oh, okay. And then from there, you got to think like everywhere
beach.
he goes, because he is so mysterious too, that like everyone is looking, just being like, I want to fuck you, right? And he knows it. He's one of the rare people. They're like, I know.
Is it cool?
Do you know what I
it.
mean?
Do
Like-
it if you want.
And if you want to come out to the yacht where we don't have any fucking cell service and you can't read your phone and fucking get me in any trouble, come on down, right?
Imagine the implications.
He's smart about that. And he hangs out with the same fucking people, Lucas Haas and who is it? Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Tobey Maguire.
Dorothy,
Yeah,
Tobey Maguire. So those are his fucking
Does
boys.
Toby go out there?
Which
Yeah.
Toby Maguire, like,
It's a weird
that's
combo,
cool.
right?
Yeah.
But
I love that.
they're his boys from back in the day. And he same
Yeah.
people. Nobody's gonna leak your information. Nobody's gonna
Toby,
do this
you know,
shit.
he doesn't
I
wanna
take
go on
you
a-
out into the yacht.
He doesn't want to go. Toby's like, do I have to go? He's
Toby's
like, come on,
like-
man. I'm just so bored out there.
Yeah, I need my boys.
I got
'cause,
the
like,
PS5.
Toby
Come out.
Maguire
Like
is
we'll
just
mostly,
his
man.
dick.
he goes, we'll mostly hang, bro, and then like late, I'll go in and just starfish for some girl, right? But don't worry, I'm not gonna leave you for some chick. You know I don't fucking care about
they're
that.
They're playing
right?
video games together while he's starfishing.
I bet.
Toby's used to
and
it.
again,
I
it's
could
on a
imagine
yacht.
that.
There's no fucking way for anyone to know, and that's the way he parties. He gets fat. He eats fucking shit. He starfishes. He hangs out with his boys, whatever. Comes back, gets in shape, does another movie, makes enough to go back on the yacht, and that's his life, and I fucking love it.
Imagine being able to do that.
I know.
I can't think of a woman that's able to do that. Just like gain as much weight
Oh,
as
you
you
can't.
want, and you got guys lining up for you.
Can't.
It
You
just
can't.
doesn't seem to work that way.
And I think it should stay that way. Do you know what I mean? No, just joking. They're taking our jobs. Go ahead. Are we done with the notes?
Starfish?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think
Oh my gosh.
it's maybe
I think we did.
you made a comment during an interview. Mark David Chapman wanted to kill him. August 29th, 1966, the Beatles played their final commercial concert, and they went into their studio years. So the studio years is going to be the next segment that we do,
Okay.
honestly, whenever the fuck we feel like
Whenever
it. because
we
that
feel
was-
like it.
That was a good wrap-up for this chunk of the Beatles.
Yeah. Are you guys going to
Do
be
we
able
wrap
to,
some? What got wrapped up? I don't even know what happened.
are you going to be doing a John Lennon episode without me?
No.
No.
I don't think it's.
No.
I don't think at this point it's possible.
No,
right?
we can't.
Okay.
It won't
Whenever
happen.
you're
So
ready
we
to
got
do another
part
John
one,
Lennon
part
episode,
two, and then people are going to really want to know.
it's going to be the cliffhanger. It's the
Yes.
the season finale. Well, I mean, honestly, until you decide to come back, whenever you want to do it, I'll put an episode together for us tomorrow if you want to do another one. But whenever you're ready,
Yeah.
and we'll wrap it.
We don't
Well,
want to
I
put
mean, maybe
too
not
much
even-
on Joel as far as like editing a bunch of video and
Oh, this
audio
is
all together.
I'll edit them. I'll edit them as they come.
gonna
But
be
we
a-
need to go to LA and I need to work on my fucking house. But I think when I come
houses.
back, I know, loser.
Live in an apartment like a normal person.
I know, live in a studio with a fucking loft bed with your buddy like an adult.
Exactly.
Come
Grow
on.
up, Jesse.
Grow up. Exactly. Mo money, mo.
I'll tell you a secret. The loft bed I got, I'm too heavy for it. So anytime I roll over and move around, the whole thing's like.
Is it metal?
Yeah.
Why didn't you guys build like a wood one?
Couldn't afford it at the time.
Do we look like carpenters?
I feel like you can. Can
I
you
could build
not?
one, yeah, but it's just expensive.
The lumber. Yeah, lumber's gone up.
Oh God, yeah,
Well,
God
well,
knows. Don't even
God.
get me started on the prices of lumbers nowadays.
It would cost 3 or 4 times as much as that bed costs.
That's true.
And without a mattress, and
That's
I
true.
don't have tools here, so I'd have to buy the
Yeah.
tools.
No, we have
So-
a bunch of tools here.
Well, not when we moved here.
Don't stop taking excuses away from them.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. No, you can't.
No,
do it,
that's
I guess.
my plan is to upgrade the bed. I have to decide if I want to stay with Coop or save up money and buy a van and live in that. So I've been torn between the two. If I'm gonna get a van, then I should just keep saving my money and get a van, or
What about the
I upgrade my
Winnebago?
bed and make it a more permanent place to stay.
Well, I guess that's up to Coop because he keeps, as we said, reminding you that it's his house, it's his way or the
Exactly.
highway. So, do you want to live under his rule?
Under my tyrannical rule,
I guess that's up to you.
Kim Jong Un over here. Me.
Do you guys want to live alone?
No,
Right? Do you, Coop? Be
I-
honest.
I prefer being alone. I don't like being around people in general. I have to do this for a
Even your
living.
life partner?
No, I love Joel. Joel's the only person that I can put up with on such a large scale. That's why we've been around each other for so long.
I feel like maybe if you do get a van, it needs to be parked in front of his place.
That was the plan.
That's already the plan.
100%. Okay.
Yeah, I'd be
Okay.
living in the van out
Oh,
front.
no, I love it. I love it. Okay. I condone that.
I would come inside most of the time and then be like, okay, good night. and then
As
go sleep in the
usual.
van.
As you do. You guys, this was really fun. Thank you so much for having me back again.
Jesse, you are welcome on this show any fucking time. We could be in the middle of recording a completely different episode, and you can just walk in and sit down.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And yeah,
And be like,
you
we're doing
are-
our Willow episode. Because I really do think that's the next one we need to do.
I think we should
Warwick
do an
Davis
episode.
probably would be a pretty good episode.
That would be a good one. And then I do feel like the evolution of Willow into those fucking dorky books that you were talking about.
Yeah, I think specifically Willow.
It's interesting.
Not the actor.
Like the whole thing behind Willow, we could probably connect it to some kind of thing.
Angel, something just happened with that camera behind you.
Oh, it's done. Right?
we
What
just
is it?
filled up that card. That
So
means
great,
the other ones are going to fill.
Don't-
Close
Oh,
this out.
wow.
Okay, well, this has been the Iconoblast podcast. We're going to cut this off for now because we're running out of space. Thank you, Jessie Wiseman, for joining us. If you can follow us on Instagram at Iconoblast Podcast, at Joel R. Benner, at Coop Newcomb. Jessie?
I'm Jessie Wiseman on all the shits. You can find me on Ross Patterson Revolution and Drinking Broettes podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, or all those other dumb shits.
We would like to thank Rocom for our
Wait,
intro song.
You should probably talk into this camera because that one might be already shut off.
Okay, well, yeah.
Come lean in more. There you are.
We'd like to thank Rocom for our intro song. Check us out on YouTube. This has been the Iconoblast podcast. I am Matt Cooper,
I'm Joel Benner.
Jessie Wiseman.
reminding you to never take anything at face value.
Does that work though? Does it keep it?
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holy shit, that was perfect.
Wow.